A fortnight of cricketing action here in Sylhet culminates today with the fifth and final T20i between Bangladesh and India. The visiting side coming off a DLS decided 56-run win in the fourth T20i played just a couple of days ago. It was Harmanpreet Kaur, the captain, who marshalled her resources well and won the Player of the Match award in that game. With the ball, India were as effective as they've been throughout the best part of this five-match assignment, with Deepti Sharma the pick of the bowlers for the visiting team. Bangladesh will be looking to eke out a consolation win in this final game of this tour. They haven't won any yet so far. Remember, they also lost the series against Australia 3-0 in the ODI format and followed it up with a winless campaign in the T20Is as well. India, on their part, will be looking to script a 5-0 series sweep as Harmanpreet Kaur gears up to marshal her team at the upcoming Women's T20 World Cup, the 9th edition of which will be played here in October. The teams have arrived here in Sylhet. It's bright and sunny. Unlike the past few days we've seen in this eastern Bangladeshi city. Rubeya Haidar, Jilik, Murshida Khatun, some of the top order left-hand batters who will be looking to give the team a good start in the power play, something that has been a cause of concern for the home team. As for India, several members of the visiting team have reached milestones. Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandhana crossing 2,000 partnership runs for the opening wicket. Harmanpreet Kaur played her 300th international match. In the last game, Asha Shobana, the leg spinner, went on to become India's oldest debutante in women's international cricket. And today as well, it is the young, big-hitting Shefali Verma from Haryana who's going to script history by playing her 100th match for India at just 20 years old. The conditions look quite favourable for batting, but we'll know the specifics from the pitch report.
It's bright and sunny here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium as I've got my shades on, and we're all set for the fifth and final match of the five-match T20I series between India and Bangladesh Women's. Just having a look at the surface, it's pitch number 4, where the first match of the T20I series been played, where India posted 145 for 7, which happens to be the highest total of the series so far. Having a closer look at the surface, it's pretty dry and hard, as you can hear. And there are visible cracks with a tinge of grass in it, but I would still believe the batters can trust the surface and play their strokes. Teams winning the toss would love to bat first, put some runs on the board and apply pressure later on in the innings. It will be an interesting encounter if the batters can apply, and we're hoping for an exciting finish of this series.
A riveting finish is what the viewers from around the globe who are joining us on this broadcast on TSports Live would want out of this fifth and final T20I. There's a slight breeze blowing across this stadium, though there is rain forecast for later in the evening. Bangladesh haven't had much to write home about in terms of their batting performance. Remember, they have not been able to post 120 or more yet with the bat so far, whereas India, on their part, will be look to flex their batting muscles to the absolute fullest, because they are grouped alongside holders of the current T20 World Cup, Australia, and other heavyweights in the form of New Zealand and of course Sri Lanka, who are coming off the qualifiers in Group A in the World Cup. So the more chances both these teams get to acclimatize themselves here in Sylhet or in Bangladesh at large, the better it will be for them as they try to iron out the creases in all of the departments. Lots of mix of youngsters and experienced players on both sides. It's time to head to the middle again. for the toss where both captains are standing by.
It's hot, it's humid, it's sunny here at Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, and we are heading towards for the fifth and the final T20 International between two neighboring countries, Bangladesh and India. And it's toss time. I have got both the captains out here with me, Miss Nigar Sultana Jyoti, Bangladesh captain, Miss Harmanpreet Kaur, Indian captain, along with the match referee, Miss Shupriya Rani Dash. So Nigar is going to flip the coin.
It's heads.
It's set. Harman, you have won the toss. 3 questions in a row. What's your decision? Why? And what's your thought on the wicket?
Well, we're gonna bat first. I think the last game also we didn't get much over while batting, and that was the only reason we want to, test ourselves what we are doing batting first, because we have been batting second throughout this tournament, and I think wicket looks pretty good to us, and hopefully we'll bat according to our plans.
Happy with the immediate impact of WPL, players like Hemalata coming back to the national side after 15 months, players like Sriyanka Patil got the momentum, happy with the scenario?
Yes, definitely. I think BCCI has given us a absolutely amazing platform where we can test ourselves and get ourselves ready for international cricket, and really happy the way girls are performing and getting ready for international cricket.
What about your bowlers? They have been brilliant during the mid-overs.
Yes, definitely. All of them, they are executing their plans really well. Really happy with their performance.
Any particular change for today's match?
No, we're going with the same 11 we played in the last game.
Well, thank you very much, Herman. Best of luck. Nigar, bowling first. That's what you wanted, or you had some other plans?
No, seeing the wicket, it looks so fresh, and we wanted to bat. And the last few games, what we have done, we just don't want to do as a batting unit. So I wanted to give them a freebie, but still, see toss is not in my hands, so I know that. But still, I have a very good faith in the bowlers because they have been doing so well for so far in the tournament. But we just wanted to restrict them in a total that our batters can bat.
Now, talking about the momentum, you had your momentum back in 2023. You beat your counterpart, India, here in Bangladesh, followed by 2 massive series wins against Pakistan. In between, you beat South Africa in South Africa. Where did you particularly lose the momentum?
We have been playing so well for the last 6 months, but the thing is, after getting back from South Africa, playing against Australia, it was the first game. I think we lost the momentum, and then we lost 6 matches, and here 4 games. So it's pretty difficult for a young side to bounce back so easily. But still, I have keep faith in them because I know they have the potential and they have the ability. I just want to take some positive things from the last game because this is our last chance. After that, we are going to play our domestic, and then maybe we are going to play for Asia Cup. So for this, I think it's a very good opportunity for the team that recollect ourselves and try to get something that we can use in the future.
Nigar, on a personal note, as your nickname is Jyoti, so you have been an enlightening part for Team Bangladesh over the years. Getting out consecutive 3 times LBW, is it a slight matter of concern?
Obviously, see, the thing is, I've been playing for the team for a long time, and my team is very much dependable on me because I'm playing in the top order. So if I get runs, they feel very comfortable. The other batter feel better around me, and if you see the circumstance in the past records, that whenever I get a very good start and I got the run for the team, then my team in a very comfortable shape. So yes, it's very concerned for me because back-to-back 3 match and getting out in the same way. I think it's pretty sometimes disappointing for me, but still I have very confident in myself, and my team is always keep faith on me, and my management are saying like, this is just a momentum. I think you just gonna pick your momentum, and if you get the start, you will bet however you like.
Lastly, any particular change for today's match?
So we have 3 changes, though we have been playing 4 games and we are trying a lot of combination, but somehow it all is actually not working out for us, but still there are a lot of players we want to see how they are going to do. So we are keeping out Marufa today because she's been playing so many matches, so we want to see her workload as well. And Pink was not playing just because of she's in the underage, and I think she was a very good choice for us, but still she's very young. She has a lot of time too. So we want to try for a few changes.
Well, Nigar, thank you very much, and best of luck for the match. So the news from the center, India have won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
Harmanpreet Kaur, the India captain, winning the toss and opting to put on a total. And they have decided to go unchanged, while Bangladesh have rung in 3 changes. Out go Murshida Khatun, Marufa Akhtar and Habiba Islam Pinky, the teenager. And in come Shobhana Mostari, Sultana Khatun and Fariha Trishna. A look at the Indian playing 11. Asha Shobhana, who made her international debut and took 2 for 18 over 3 overs in that 14 overs aside contest, has retained her spot and deservedly so. Nigar Sultana Jyoti with some very interesting insights on her own batting and the changes she's decided to go for in this 5th and final T20i. No Marufa Akhtar, who has been one of their key bowlers across the pace and spin contingents on this tour. The teenager has been rested, keeping her workload in mind. Sultana Khatun, the off-spinner, comes in. The spotlight will be on Shefali Verma today, who's making her 100th appearance for India in international cricket, having made her debut as recently as September 2019 at home against South Africa. So it's not even been 5 years of this young player from Haryana playing the international game, but she's added her 100th international cap already. Joining me alongside in the commentary box will be Syed Sami. Welcome, Sami. Looking forward to watching Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandhana and their batting experts again.
Thank you very much, Annesha. Yes, it is. The last time they played here in Bangladesh, they were struggling to score runs. Shefali Verma, only 30 runs in 3 matches. Smriti Mandhana, on the other hand, she scored 56 in 3 matches. The last encounter these two had here in Bangladesh, but the venue was different. It was in Mirpur Sher-e-Bangla National Stadium. But this time they have got the momentum.
In the absence of Marufa Akhtar, it is going to be Fariha Trishna, the left-arm pacer, and the only Bangladeshi woman to take 2 T20i hat-tricks, who will be steaming in from the media box end with her left-arm pace. Facing her would be the right-handed Shefali Verma. 5 fielders on the offside, all inside the circle. It's time for play to begin.
Straight away with a single or a couple of runs. Yes, they have managed to pick a couple of runs on that occasion, bisecting between 2 fielders. I think it's been a good move by the captain, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, coming up near to the stumps. They have observed Shefali Verma. They have observed her using her feet. When the keeper is up, it actually takes away the equation of going down the track. So I think it's been a good move by Bangladesh from the very early stage.
The challenge for both these batters would be to take into account that unlike Marufa, who can only swing the ball into the right-hander, Trishna can move it both ways. Slightly short and punched off the back foot by Shefali Verma. Intercepted by Nahida Akhtar, the vice-captain at point. Smriti Mandhana has yet to get a 50 in the T20i format against Bangladesh. She has a 50 in T20is in Bangladesh, which came during the 2022 Women's Asia Cup, during India's title-winning campaign.
Now they were trying to change the field placements, but all of a sudden Nigar Sultana Jyoti refused to do so. Pitch it up.
Back to the bowler. Good work there from the bowler, who is in a mood of non-verbal banter. Sprints across towards Shefali Verma to let her know, hey, stay in your crease. No need for that early aggression in terms of trying to steal a cheeky single. Good to see young Fariha Trishna putting in that effort.
You need to build a smart batting approach, both the openers of Team India. Yes, you are heading towards the power play, you are going on, but the fact is you need to be watchful at the very early stage.
Fuller ball drilled down the ground, but there is a fielder in Shauna Akhtar, who sprints in from long on and keeps it to just a single. Early use of the feet already from Shefali Verma we are seeing. but the timing is still a little iffy.
It's good to see Faria Trishna bowling according to the field placement, straight away pitching it up because there is a long on in place at the deep, and also she made some rooms for Shefali Verma on the previous occasion.
Interestingly, a deep square leg and a sweeper cover in the deep for the left-handed Mandana. Darted in full, carted along the carpet, will pick up a single.
No, she's pitching it up. The strategy has been pitching it up, forcing the batter to lean forward, to play their shots. Yes, there are protections in the deep, one at the sweeper cover end and one also at the deep backward square leg. Right now, left-hand, right-hand combination is going on. It's sometimes hectic for the fielding side when there is a left-hand, right-hand combination going on.
Tried to go over the infield, finds Shobhana Mostari at mid-off. At the end of the opening over from Faria Trishna, India are 4 for no loss.
ম্যাজিক্যাল সিড পাইপ যুক্ত মায়া হার্বাল কোকোনাট অয়েল, চুল পড়া রোধে পার্মানেন্ট সলিউশন। ওয়েলকাম টু মায়া।
After the first over, India has been 4 for no lost. Right during the toss, me and Harman were having a conversation about WPL, the introduction of WPL. The immediate impact of WPL has been seen. We have seen players like Himalata coming back to the national side after 15 long months. Players like Shriyanka Patil making her way into the middle in international cricket for India. So it's been impressive.
A nice, juicy, looped up delivery from off-spinner Sultana Khatun, who is one of the changes that Nigar Sultana has rung in today in terms of her playing personnel for the 5th and final T20i. Off-spinner and Mandana has been a great matchup in international cricket. Sultana Khatun in one of the first 2 matches almost had the wicket of Mandana, and this time she's up against Shefali Verma. Wide, and Shefali Verma will give it an Humpty. She clears the infield. A couple of bounces and it goes all the way for a 4. Some way to welcome the bowler, that is.
Exactly so, just getting on top of the ball on that occasion, Shefali Verma. It was serving on a plate like an invitation, and she accepted the invitation very well, Shefali Verma. It was a piece of a cake for a batter like her.
A single and a 4 of the first 2 balls from Sultana. Punched off the back foot, back to the bowler. Width on the offside for Verma. And you will see some of those authoritative strokes being brought out by the 20-year-old. Rocks back and nurdles it towards long on.
The bowling trajectory has been very much important for bowlers, especially the spinners, because in this kind of surface, you cannot always toss it up when the power play is on. You have to sometimes rock back the length and maintain the flatter trajectory. That's what Sultana maintained in the previous occasion. Right now, as we say that left-hand, right-hand combination is going on, so it's very much hectic for the captain to change the field after every single.
A lot of discipline in that delivery, well respected by Mandana. Been a good comeback from Sultana Khatun after conceding that 4 of her second delivery. 6 so far of the first 5 balls. Can she finish it off well? A short ball, nudged into the leg side. There is protection in the deep. We'll keep it to just a single. And after 2 overs, India are 11 for no loss.
Dad! Dad!
Is that real?
आप लोगों को नजर आ रहे हैं?
Well hit.
interesting to see Deepti Sharma slotted in at number 4. Will she indeed get a chance to bat in that promoted position? Why not? This is the last match of the tour. Might as well give her that opportunity. Full and played with style and authority by Smriti Mandhana. Gets a well-deserved boundary. The India vice captain. Lot of authority in that. It is as if to tell the bowler, hey, you bowl me in that area, I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and hit you exactly in that fashion every single day of the week.
I'm not going to wait, says Smriti Mandhana on that occasion. Pitching it up, it was a juicy half volley. Got the room on that occasion. There was a fielder into the mid-off region. Now got the room. Sliced it away towards backward point region. As I mentioned about Deepti Sharma, as I can remember, she started her international career as an opening batter. And she has the highest score of 188 in ODI cricket.
Came in a record partnership, that 188 with Poonam Raut. And just ahead of the 2017 ODI World Cup, which was a breakout campaign for women's cricket in India.
Once again, pitching it up. The fielder is searching for the ball, taking the aerial route, missed the opportunity. There were two fielders chasing for the ball, but on that note, she missed.
A lifeline for Smriti Mandhana. Used her feet, wanted to be aggressive again. Got only the toe end of the bat. Ended up skying it towards Shorna Akhtar. There was Rabia Khan also converging towards that skyer. Eventually, Mandhana survives. She's enjoyed a fair bit of luck on this tour.
Now Shefali Verma tried to take the charge. No single on that occasion. Talking about the previous delivery, there was a hint of movement. The ball was shaping away from the left-hander, and she anticipated the swing well, but on that note could not time it properly.
Yeah, lucky there, Mandhana, wasn't she? Will look to capitalize on that reprieve. Strays down the leg side, and the umpire stretches his arms. Is given a wide. First extra of the match conceded, but it's been good bowling from Fariha Trishna, who picked up a hat-trick against the mighty Australians during the T20i leg of their tour a couple of months ago.
Darted back the length, picking up a quick single. Shefali Verma goes off the strike. Rabia Khan fielding at the cover. But as we were mentioning, as a bowler, when you are bowling on a surface like that, where Tony Hemming mentioned it's a go-on surface and very good pitch to bat on, you have to focus on your line and length.
Tony Hemming is the curator from Victoria here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Knows the ground inside out. Mandhana picks it up nicely and swivels well enough to pick up a single, tempting the left-hander with that short delivery. End of 3 overs, India and 19 without losing a wicket.
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার। এর মিল্ক লোশন প্রতিবার গোসলের পর আমার ত্বক রাখে নরম ও মসৃণ। মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার, দুধ দিয়ে গোসল হোক প্রতিদিন।
সেম কাপড় এখনই লাগবে।
বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে 229 টাকা রিচার্জে 20 জিবি।
International comeback, but she's slotted after Deepti Sharma, who's been amongst the wickets here on this tour, but hasn't really gotten a chance to showcase her newfound aggression and ability to clear the ropes at will, which has largely been down again to the WPL, and her working with Lisa Sthalekar, for example. Time for another off-spinner to come into the mix in Sharifa Khatun. She will be up against Mandhana.
Using the feet, taking the charge, the ball was darting away from the left-hander. Sharifa Khatun is very much dependent on her tossing up deliveries, flighted deliveries. On the previous occasion, in the last match, she picked up the wicket during the power play. Sriti Manthana tried to go inside the line. Now whipping the ball away towards mid-wicket. There is a mid-wicket in place. Picks up the single, moves on to 20 for no loss, Team India.
It was Shefali Verma's wicket that Sharifa Khatun took in the fourth T20i, thanks to a great catch by Ritumoni, who's taken 2 superb catches in the last 2 matches for Bangladesh. How will Shefali fare against Sharifa today? Comes down the track and gives it a nice blow. Will pick up another boundary. There it is. You took my wicket for sure in the previous game, but it's a new day. The sun is out and the could turn today, says Shefali Verma with that absolutely delightful stroke.
The trajectory, what I have been mentioning from the very early stage, you cannot always afford to bowl in a flighted trajectory for Shefali Verma. Sometimes you have to mix it up, you have to mix the pace as well. Once again, flighted trajectory, got the room on that occasion. Steered towards cover, Sharifa Khatun, Shorna Akhtar. She was fielding at the cover end. No run on that occasion.
Would be quite the day for Shefali Verma to put up a good score. It's her 100th match for India after all. Comes down the tack again, gives it a good whack, but has skied it again. The fielder tries to head in, but Shobhana Mostari can't get to it. Fell in a bit of a no woman's land, if I may call it that. There is some luck working for both the India openers.
It was such an ambitious shot. There was a deep mid-wicket in place, also a long on. She was playing with the turn, the right-hander. It was such an ambitious bit placed in between long on and mid-wicket. Lucky escape by Shefali Verma, again tossing it up. Tried to get the single. Brilliant fielding in the mid-off region. Dot ball to finish the over, I guess. Yes, it's been 25 for no loss, Team India.
Very good work there on the edge of the circle from Ritumani, but a look at this reprieve, a chanced escape for Shefali Verma. 2 fielders converging underneath.
সমাজের সব অসঙ্গতি থামিয়ে দিতে পারবে না, তবে পিরিয়ডের লিকেজ আটকে দিবে মোনালিসার 6 লক সিস্টেম। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
Let's one expert, pump it up. Let's one expert, catch your eye. Let's one expert, do it right. Be and enjoy the game tonight. Let's one expert, whoa ho ho. Let's one expert, whoa ho ho. Be and enjoy the game tonight.
Sultana Khatun in action from the media box end. Gives it a nice little rip, but so does Shefali Verma, and it is taken. Farihat Krishna was stationed at that very position for that shot in the leg side, and Sultana Khatun strikes. Shefali Verma's early aggression doesn't bring in those rewards as she would have expected in this final game, and the India youngster has to depart. She perishes for a runner ball 14. A good take at long on by Farihat Krishna.
She has been over ambitious at times. Shefali Verma, on the last occasion, she tried to clear long on, but this time she was caught in the deep. Shefali Verma goes for 14. It's been her 100th match and she's been disappeared at the score of 14, conceding 14 deliveries. First wicket go down for India.
That brings Dalan Hemalata to the middle, who has been whacking the ball all around the park during matches and at training. But Shefali Verma would be wondering if she had played one shot too many in that short-lived innings of hers. Would be disappointed that she launched that one exactly down the throat of the long-on fielder in Trishna. Dalan Hemalata registered her highest T20i score, 41 not out on this tour.
Dalan Hemalata playing her first delivery, going around the wicket on that occasion. Got the room on some stances, just playing the ball driven away towards the bowler. As we were mentioning about Dalan Hemalata, she was not that much consistent in her international career till this particular series. She had a comeback after 15 long months by the grace of some good performance in WPL. In one of the matches I can remember, she scored 70 odd runs against Mumbai Indians. After that, she got a call up into the international side.
A very good over from Sultana Khatun, who hails from Borishal. Her parents are both police persons, now retired. Mandana gives it the charge and brings out that trademark inside-out lofted cover drive. And perhaps it has gone all the way. It indeed has.
Inside out, taking the charge on that occasion. Sriti, just look at the shot. Clearing the infield, clearing the boundary at the extra cover region. It was a tossed-up delivery by the bowler coming around the wicket for the left-hander. Playing the ball across the line, playing with the turn. Skied it towards the extra cover.
A short ball, and there is a misfield through the legs of Sharna Akhtar, and Mandana will pick up another boundary. A 6 followed up by a 4, and the good over is now turning into an expensive one with one ball still to go.
As we have been informed by our statistician Rifat Emil, he has mentioned the last 6 Sriti Mandana hit. It was her 106 in international cricket.
A delectable back foot punch there from Mandana. This time uses her feet again. Plays it along the ground. Will pick up a single. And after the end of 5 overs, India are 37 for 1.
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সব সময় সবখানে।
14 বছরের লং ক্যারিয়ার, কিন্তু পিরিয়ডে তোমাদের মতো স্ট্রাগল করতে হয় আমাকেও। হেভি ফ্লোয়ের সময়তে লং টাইম বসে থাকাই তো কষ্টের, কিন্তু এখন কোনো ব্যাপার না, কারণ আমার আছে নতুন সেনোরা লং 290 মিলিমিটার লং প্যাড, দেয় সম্পূর্ণ নিশ্চয়তা আর রাখে চিন্তামুক্ত। সেনোরা লং, হেভি ফ্লো কোনো ব্যাপার না।
Bat first, Team India's captain Harmanpreet Kaur. She thinks this is a very good pitch to bat on. Straight away with a 4 on that occasion. Trying to clear infield, and she cleared infield, also clears the boundary. Welcome, Mazhar. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon, Saeed Abid Hussain Sami. Down the track, Sriti Mandana. It's the last over of the power play, and the batters would love to score a lot of runs in the field restriction. And Sriti Mandana is looking really good. 25 of 15 deliveries, India 41 for 1. The last over of the power play here. Dot delivery this time by Sharifa. Good comeback. In the first match of this series, India go on to post 145 for 7, which happens to be the highest total in this series so far, where India... Oh, that was very close. Drifting down to the leg side, but I really feel it was very close to hit that stump. Hands on the head, no signal by the umpire.
Missing the stump, missing the wicketkeeper, raises away towards the boundary. Bonus runs for Team India. And as you mentioned, in the very first ODI, India managed to put up a decent score. And let me remind you, it was in this particular surface. As Harmanpreet Kaur mentioned that it's a go-on surface, as it was mentioned earlier by the Chief Pitch Curator, Tony Hemming. But I'm wondering about the trajectory. Now going down the leg side on that occasion once again, picks up the single. Wide signal by the umpire, bonus 2 runs. Bowling within the stump line, bowling up towards the batsman. It's been very much comfortable for both the batters of Team India. The fact is sometimes you have to dart the length back and you have to mix up the pace.
Hemalata had a good knock in this series, playing her first match. No turn on that occasion, bowling a lot flatter and quicker, Sharifa. But she needs to maintain that line, as you mentioned rightly, to the left-hander.
Exactly so. Now mix the flight and clears in field. Raises away towards the boundary. As I was mentioning that Indian batters, they have become very much comfortable with the trajectories which is coming flighted towards them. But on the previous occasion we saw the ball pulled in a flatter direction, flatter trajectory. It's been quite unsettled for the Indian batters.
Right, it was right in her arc, and with that boundary, India reaches to their 50. The last ball of the power play comes from Sharifa. Nicely bowled, played with soft hands. No runs. A very good over again for India. They're 51 for 1 after the power play.
সেম কাপড় এখনই লাগবে।
বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে 229 টাকা রিচার্জে 20 জিবি।
তোমার মাপে অন্যরা স্মার্ট না হলেও মোনালিসার সেজন্যই আছে স্মার্ট চ্যানেলে। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
For the power play, India 51 for 1. They managed to score 39 for 1 in the first T20i, where they go on to post 145. Confirmation there by umpire Sajidul Islam. Power play done and dusted. 6 boundaries and a 6 in the first 6 over from the Indian innings, and Smriti Mandhana is looking in very good touch. Rabia, the leg spinner for Bangladesh, coming into the attack. The best of 3 for 23. Bowled well so far in this series. She will be up against Smriti Mandhana. Swept away by Mandhana. Good fielding in the deep. She will get only a single.
As we have just finished the power play, 5 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Rabia Khan has been a promising aspect as far as women's cricket is concerned here in Bangladesh. Right now for the right-hander, there is a mid-wicket in place, also a sweeper in the offside. There is long on and long off. Nigar Sultana Jyoti redecorating the field setup inside the 30-yard circle. There is a backward point and a cover in place.
Nicely bowled by Rabia. Hemalata was waiting for the turn, but there was hardly any. The best thing about Rabia is that she hardly gives anything, and as a leg spinner, she's got very good control. Just missing that outside edge.
Now try to sweep the ball away towards mid-wicket region for a single. The key feature for Rabia Khan, she's not a wrist-based leg spinner. She's been a finger-based wrist spinner, finger-based leg spinner. We have seen different types of leg spinners in our country.
Again, good work. Good bowling by Rabia. Here you're talking about leg spinners. Bangladesh men's team were dying to have one. We have got now Rishad in the playing 11 for Bangladesh in the T20 format. But in terms of women's cricket, we have got quite a few. Coming around the wicket, Rabia. Takes the charge, Smriti Mandhana. The fielder there, Trishna, does well, but she will get a couple.
She's been mixing the pace very well, Rabia Khan, and also mixing the trajectory. This particular delivery was a flighted, tossed up, but before this particular delivery, the previous one, it was quite flatter. And as we mentioned that she's been a finger-based leg spinner. So quite unusual from batter's point of view. Now got the room and finds the gap, bisecting between two fielders. The chase is on for the fielders, but the ball has got enough legs to raise us away towards the boundary. Boundary to finish the over after 7. It's 59 for 1 Team India.
তোমার মাপে অন্যরা স্মার্ট না হলেও মোনালিসার সেজন্যই আছে স্মার্ট চ্যানেলে। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
In the deep, Smriti Mandhana had no problem whatsoever finding the gap. She has been in terrific touch right from the start of her innings. She's the prime performer, Smriti Mandhana, over the years. And in this game, she would love to make an impact. She's got a few starts in the series, also got a 40-odd run knock. But she will be looking to play a big knock, as this is the last match of the series and batting first. The surface looks really good. Batters can also trust the bounce of the surface as well, so they can play their strokes.
Yes, at times Smriti Mandhana, she has been guilty for throwing away her wickets. On the previous occasion, she tried to clear the infield over extra cover. Did not judge the length and also judge the turn properly. The ball was darting, nipping back towards Smriti Mandhana, but she tried to take the aerial route on the previous occasion and tried to clear the infield over cover. Gave away her wickets. She had a decent start, but now change in bowling for Bangladesh. Nahida Akhtar, she's been the leading wicket taker for Bangladesh in T20 International, although was a bit expensive in this particular series, but she's the veteran, experienced campaigner for Bangladesh, the left-arm orthodox spinner.
Bowls wide to start her over. Was a bit short as well. Yeah, rightly pointed out, said Abidul Sami, Nahida has been a prolific performer for Bangladesh. She's an experienced campaigner and knows how to pick up wickets. It hasn't been the best of one for her so far in this series. She will be up against Smriti Mandhana, who's in very good touch. No fielder on the offside patrolling the boundary, so needs to be careful. Nicely bowled.
I'm very much impressed by her pace, the variation. Nahida Akhtar, she can maintain the pace variation very well. She can toss it up with a decent amount of pace and also grip the ball very well. Got the freebie on that occasion. Smriti Mandhana could not find the gap. Nahida Akhtar recently got an achievement, became the first Bangladeshi women cricketer to nominate as the Player of the Month, ICC Player of the Month.
It was not that short, but Smriti Mandhana tried to manufacture that one. It hurried on to her. Does well in the end to get a single. India are going at a very good rate, close to 8 runs per over. They're all set to post a good total on the board, and they got the start. It was a lot flatter this time by Nahida. They need to break this partnership. This partnership is looking really dangerous for Bangladesh.
The margin of error against these two batters are very narrow. You cannot provide opportunities to these kind of batters who are very much attacking in nature. Now, as we said, Himalata tried to clear the aerial route, did not time that properly.
This is how she plays. She will play her strokes. She will look for those boundaries and singles at the same time. Try to attack the bowler and put pressure on the bowler and opponent. She's a very busy cricketer. Smriti Mandhana, on the other hand, very classical looking batter. Oh, nicely bowled. Got a bit of turn as well and given. Smriti Mandhana looking back onto the stumps, but Nahida, we were talking about her knack of breaking partnerships. There it is for Bangladesh.
She's been doing this for a very long time, Nahida Akhtar, for Bangladesh. On that occasion, the ball was nipping back in towards Smriti Mandhana. Was very much impressed by the turn, but the ball kept a bit low on that occasion. Watching the action replay, it was a tossed up delivery. Smriti Mandhana tried to whip the ball away towards mid-wicket. It was a sharp turn by Nahida Akhtar. Umpire Ali Arman Rajan raises up his finger. Shriti Manthana has to depart. She has to depart with a pass mark of 33, conceding 25 deliveries. India are 62 for 2.
বাহ 66% বিদ্যুৎ বিল কম অলরেডি ফুল
ডাবল স্টোরেজ স্মার্ট ফ্রিজ
মা ইলেকট্রিসিটি তো চলে গেল এবার আইসক্রিম
কোনো চিন্তা নেই আমাদের মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ ইলেকট্রিসিটি না থাকলেও দীর্ঘক্ষণ ঠান্ডা থাকে
মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ পাওয়ার সেভার স্মার্ট গ্লাস ডোর আর 12 বছরের গ্যারান্টি
Rabia Khan to continue. Himalata comes down the track. I don't think she connected properly and handed straight to the fielder. And Trishna, oh boy, what have you done? It was a dolly and she grasped it. Bangladesh need to grab those opportunities. You have just picked up a wicket. They got another chance and this time it was dropped. It was rather a straightforward chance there at deep, long off. Oh boy, you need to grab those opportunities. Welcome Jannatul Shumana. What do you reckon about the drop catch?
I think I lost my word, I'm gonna say. So yeah, sometimes it's happened. I hope they can come back from it.
Skipper Harmanpreet Kaur comes into the middle. Loads of experience behind her. Player of the match of the previous match. Himalata goes again. Again it's in the air. Again it falls short of the fielder. Too many opportunities being missed by Bangladesh. But this one is a lot difficult than the previous one. But the Bangladeshi bowlers won't be happy giving away those opportunities provided by the Indian batters.
Brilliant bowling by Rabia. Unfortunately, fielder couldn't take it, but that's a very good bowling by Rabia.
It's frustrating from bowlers' point of view if your fielders don't back you and catch those opportunities given to you. Again, a quick single taken, putting pressure onto the fielder. Harmanpreet Kaur, Mostari, the fielder there. But you are just going for those drop catches and opportunities. Bangladesh must be disappointed. They need to pick up more wickets. They got their opportunities. The bowlers bringing those chances, but the fielders are not responding. Again, nicely bowled straight to the fielder.
Himalata looks very uncomfortable in Rabia's ball.
Try to sweep that one. Underage. And a dot ball to finish the over. 4 runs and a few opportunities missed by Bangladesh in this over. India 66 for 2 after 9. Now 160 to 170. The pitch looks really good. The batters can play their strokes. Yes, the spinners are getting a bit of turn as well. We have seen few top edges. But as a fielding unit, you need to grab those catches whenever it comes to you. Nahida, who gives a breakthrough in the previous over, comes in again. Gave away 3 runs. Again, nicely bowled. equally well played by Harmanpreet.
Yeah, tight line and length and quicker through the air. Just giving one.
In the middle overs, India has been terrific in the first game. I must say all the batters in the middle have contributed. Use of the feet again, Hemalata. This time she connects well, but there is a cushion in the deep. Shorna was the fielder at the deep, but you can see the intention from Hemalata. She will play her strokes. She's not afraid to use her feet as well.
Good bowling by Nahida again, just a one. Sharifa Akhtar, the fielder, throw back to the bowler.
It's been a decent over so far from Nahida. She's bowling a very tight line and length. She's got a short fine leg, short square leg, deep mid-wicket and a long on in place on the onside. She's also got long off and deep cover on the offside. Nicely bowled, tight line and length. Hardly getting those turns, but she's maintaining a very good line and length, not giving anything to the batters to free their arms.
Exactly, also try to read the batter as well, putting flight sometimes and sometimes quicker through the air, which is very smart bowling by Nahida Akhtar.
That's good captaincy, mid on and inside the circle. Inviting Harmanpreet Kaur, the new batter, to go over the fielder's head and take some chance.
Exactly, so I think that's the very good plan as a captain as well. She did so. If you saw the fielding setup, let her go, and fielders are ready to take the opportunity.
Nicely played, quick running between the wicket. Good cricket by the Indian batters out there. But still it's a very tight over from Nahida. Bangladesh will take it. India 71 for 2 after 10. Bowler Nahida was not happy to give away that single. It's time to put pressure on the Indian batter.
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার। এর মিল্ক লোশন প্রতিবার গোসলের পর আমার ত্বক রাখে নরম ও মসৃণ। মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার, দুধ দিয়ে গোসল হোক প্রতিদিন।
Dismissed on a runner ball 14 by Sultan. Smriti Mandhana was looking good until she was undone by Nahida Akhtar's brilliant delivery. Hit her on the back leg, scoring 33 of 25. But since then, Dayalan Hemalata trying to play her strokes. She's on 12 of 15. Alongside skipper Harmanpreet, she's on 5 of 6 deliveries. India are well set to post a good total on the board. They have got 8 wickets in hand. Halfway through the innings, they're 71 for 2. From bowling's perspective, Fariha Trishna, 2 overs, 12 without picking up a wicket. Sultana Khatun and Nahida Akhtar picking up 1 each. Sharifa Khatun and Rabea also remained wicketless. No Marufa today for Bangladesh. They opted to rest her. She's played a lot of matches in the recent times. So good thing from the team management's point of view. India, on the other hand, will be looking to make an impact and finish the series on a high. They have already sealed the series 4-0. So far, Smriti Mandhana top scoring with 33 of 25. Shefali Verma 14 of 14. They're both back in the hut. Nahida picked up the big wicket of Mandhana and Sultana removing Shefali. 24 dots in first 10 overs of the innings for India. They've also scored 4 boundaries and a 6 in this innings. And I'm sure the next half of this innings, we will see a lot of boundaries and sixes. At least the intent will be there by the Indian batters to go after the Bangladeshi bowlers. Having a bit of fun, the Indian cricketers, why not? They're having a great time here in Bangladesh. They've won the first 4 matches, already sealed the series. As I mentioned previously, Bangladesh, on the other hand, will be looking to get that one consolation victory and finish the series on a positive note.
Ritumoni back to the attack. Yeah, bowlers look so good last couple of overs. They have some bowling partnership and they create opportunity as well. So we'll see how the seamer goes.
Ritumoni on to her first over. Bangladesh will be looking to pick another wicket, put a break on the accelerator of the Indian side, who are looking to score some quick runs. Nigar Sultana Jyoti marshalling her troop. On the other hand, Indian skipper Harmanpreet, she played a very good knock on the other day, setting the tempo for India after the play resumed, followed by the rain. Ritumoni will be looking to break this partnership. India 71 for 2 after 10 overs. And the pitch has looked really good for batting so far. Oh, was mighty close to get that outside edge. Probably bringing in a slip fielder can be a good idea. Jannatul?
I think so, but you know, Harman is always good in the late card, so she is looking for the opportunity, and they have no fielder in the finals in third man area.
Yeah, nicely bowled, but very good running. Direct hit might have been interesting, but you are putting the pressure onto the fielder. Whenever there is no boundaries, best you can do to rotate the strike and put pressure on the fielding side. It was a good take by Trishna. I think she made it. Very good running between the wicket in the end by Harmanpreet. That's a very good line. I'd rather suggest to get in a slip in place. She's bowling just outside the off stump, maybe fourth or fifth stump. But the batters try to play that late. Maybe an outside edge can be an option. So the slip fielder may come into play. This time shuffled across the off stump, trying to manufacture Hemalata, as she does usually.
Yeah, if you saw Ritumoni's bowling, she is a bit slower. So if you play a bit early, you can't connect well, and also I don't think so it's gonna be effective. So that looks very good so far. Ritumoni is starting with.
A bit of change in the field for the right-hander. Deep square leg coming inside the circle, mid-off goes back. Fine leg is also inside the circle. There's a deep mid-wicket and long on in place. Again, tried to play that paddle sweep, but Ritumoni was equal to the task, bowled a lot wider, forced Harmanpreet Kaur to play that on the offside.
Smart bowling by Ritumoni. She saw the batter movement early and she bowled according to this. So that's very smart bowling by Ritumoni.
It's been a very good over so far, just 2 runs from it. Can she finish it well? Again, seeing the batter going across to the off stump, bowled a lot wider, but this time it's very wide as the umpire had to signal it as a wide.
But I love the intention as a bowler. She watched the batter very well and she bowled according. It's little bit wide-ish, but it's still good plan.
Bit of psychological game going on between the batter and bowler. Again, trying to manufacture, play that over the head of the deep square leg fielder, and finds the boundary. Boundary after 23 deliveries for India to end the over. 7 runs from it. India 78 for 2 after 11. And with this, we have a change in commentary box.
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সবসময় সবখানে।
তোমার মাপে অন্যরা স্মার্ট না হলেও মোনালিসার সেজন্যই আছে স্মার্ট চ্যানেলে। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
78 for 2 after passing 11. Just look at the happy dugout of Team India. Lights of Shriyanka Patil. She's been the purple cap holder in the WPL on Nisha.
That's right. Played a key role in the Royal Challengers Bengaluru's title-winning campaign. Rabia Khan, the leg spinner, will take the ball again and will be in operation from the grandstand end. Hemlata is on strike.
Trying to manufacture on that occasion, Hemlata plays the ball towards wideish long on region for a single. Rabia Khan, as we earlier mentioned, Rabia Khan is being a finger-dominated leg spinner, conceding 13 runs, has not managed to pick up a single wicket in this particular match so far, but she's been doing good in the mid-overs for Bangladesh. Trying to take the aerial route, but somehow manages to drive the ball away towards long on for a single.
Rabia has been a great asset to the Bangladesh team since her return to the side in 2023, has picked up 19 wickets, which are the second most for the Bangladeshi women in T20Is.
Trying to take the aerial route. Clears fielder at long on. Sixer. This is what she's known for, Hemlata.
Absolutely. The intent was on show in the previous show as well, but the timing is what she was wanting in. This time around though, she connects it delightfully and it went all the way over the ropes for a six.
The most important part was Hemlata, she went across according to the flight, but while executing the shot, she cleared her front leg well. This has been the important feature for Hemlata. Now taking the single, it's good cricket, rotating the strikes. She has a good base, Hemlata, that can execute those big hits.
Rabia Khan has had mixed fortunes today. Is the leading wicket taker for Bangladesh in this series and is filling in nicely for the leg spinner's role, which was earlier played by the veteran Rumana Ahmed.
There was a ploy in the previous series against Harmanpreet Kaur by the spinners, bowling Harman within the stump corridor. Bowling her within the stump corridor, couple of dot deliveries, she will go for her go-through sweep shots, try to clear mid-wicket or square leg, and she gave chance on those kind of deliveries. Now try to manufacture, sweeps it away towards mid-wicket for a boundary. That's good cricket.
There are few batters in international women's game who can sweep as well as the India captain. Ends the over with a boundary, and after 12, India are 92 for 2. This time around though, it was Dalan Hemlata, I beg your pardon, not Harmanpreet Kaur. Very good timing on that. Lunged nice and forward. And she's starting to middle the ball really well is Hemlata.
ম্যাজিক্যাল সিড পাইপ যুক্ত মায়া হার্বাল কোকোনাট অয়েল, চুল পড়া রোধে পার্মানেন্ট সলিউশন। ওয়েলকাম টু মায়া।
জব্বর ব্যাপার, মিনিস্টার 100 কোটি টাকার ঈদ উপহার। মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ, এসি ও এলইডি টিভি কিনলেই পাচ্ছেন ন্যূনতম 10,000 টাকার আকর্ষণীয় গিফট বক্স, 100% ফ্রি, নগদ মূল্য ছাড় সহ 53% ডিসকাউন্ট। অফারটি পেতে চলে আসুন মিনিস্টার শোরুমে। মিনিস্টার।
For the fielder, but the ball wins the race on that occasion. Harmanpreet Kaur, she's dealing with boundaries. Got the room, just punched it away. It was a sweet timing, sweet placement. Got the gap.
A square drive from the India skipper. A little bit of indecision in terms of whether to go on the front foot or the back. But the precision was there in terms of the placement. And she got the 4 she needed.
Again going across, just played with soft hands, dealing with singles right now. Harmanpreet Kaur, that's good cricket. After the boundary, just get off the strike, let Hemlata play. But it's been good by Ritumoni, bowling within the stump line. The first delivery she bowled, it was just a kind of freebie for Harmanpreet Kaur to execute the shot. Once again within the stump line, driven towards mid-wicket for a single. Hemalata. I have been impressed by the foot movement of Hemalata. She's going across, but while executing the shot, she's clearing her front legs very well. That's why she's very much prominent while playing shots in the onside. Just shaping away from the right-hander on that occasion, driven back to the bowler.
Very good thinking from Ritumoni. She saw Harmanpreet shuffle across outside the off stump and darted in full and wide.
Wow! Bisecting between two fielders, taking the aerial route, taking the charge, inside out cover drive by Harmanpreet Kaur, raises the waist towards the extra cover boundary. Cricket, so beautiful.
Out comes the Victor Trumper-esque gargantuan backlift and that superlative backswing, free flow of the arms. And when Harmanpreet hits into the offside like that, they remain hit in a very picturesque manner.
There's good presence of mind on that occasion by Harmanpreet Kaur. This is where experience comes from. Raises away towards the boundary a bit late. She waited for the delivery. The ball was shaping in. She just waited and just a tickle of the bat on that occasion. Just look at the replay. Going back and across, waiting for the ball. It was shaping away. Just a tickle of the bat.
Deft touch from Harmanpreet. Lunged on her back foot. Great transference off the weight. There was no protection there in the third region in the deep, and it translated into an over-closing boundary for Harmanpreet. The partnership has now crossed 40, the highest of the Indian innings so far. Smriti Mandhana and Shufali Verma put together a run ball 25 for the opening wicket. Mandhana and Hemalata then stitching together a 37-run stand for the second, and now it's Hemalata and Harman steering the Indian innings as Shaun Akhtar, the leg spinner, is introduced into the attack, and she will start operating from the grandstand end.
During the toss, Harmanpreet Kaur mentioned that they want to give the batters some batting time as they were not able to express themselves during the series. Bisecting between two fielders on that occasion, there is a sweeper in the offside. As Harman mentioned, that they did not get much opportunity to bat on. In the very first T20 international, they got the opportunity to bat entire 20 overs. After that, they have been chasing. The last match, they were batting first, but it was a cut over game due to the courtesy of rain. Another leg spinner for Bangladesh, Shaun Akhtar, takes the quick single on that occasion. Good running between the wickets by both the batters. The ball was shaping away from the right-hander, just played with soft hands.
Shaun Akhtar hails from Jamalpur in the Maiman Singh division. Her father used to run a hair salon. Her mother a housewife.
Now taking the charge into the straight zone. Nahid Akhtar, she was fielding in the long off region, a big shot for a single.
A Bangladeshi veteran in Rumana Ahmed played a big role in unearthing Shauna Akhtar and getting her into the national side.
Now once again coming down the wicket, beaten by the turn, deceived by the turn by Shauna Akhtar. The ball was shaping away from the right-hander.
It was Rumana Ahmed who watched Shauna in action at the national level spin bowling talent hunt called the Roby Spin Hunt and sent a clip of her bowling to the Bangladesh Cricket Board. Former players, current players, veteran players, all helping create the next generation.
Whip the ball away towards mid-wicket on that occasion. Harmanpreet Kaur picking up a couple. As you mentioned about Shaun Akhtar, she became very famous during the under-19 T20 World Cup, whipping the ball away towards mid-wicket. It was one of the longest sixes on that particular tournament, comparing to other historical whipping six towards mid-wicket of Aftab Ahmed, hitting back in 2005 towards Jason Gillespie.
And it is during that Under-19 T20 World Cup in South Africa, she also got to meet former captain Mithali Raj of India.
Single to finish the over, it's 112 for 2, Team India. It's been 50 runs partnership for both the batters in just 36 deliveries. They have been going well. Yes, they lost the momentum by losing both of their openers. About Mithali Raj, the veteran campaigner for Team India. Recently, I have seen a movie called Shabash Mitu, based on the life story of Mithali Raj, based on her contributions.
I can tell you her real life journey is a lot more inspiring, has inspired several of the current members of the Indian national women's cricket team, finished her career on a high, led India to the final of 2 women's ODI World Cups, remains the highest run getter in women's international cricket. A bona fide legend is Mithali Dorai Raj.
Another veteran campaigner is right in the middle, Harmanpreet Kaur, playing her 301st international games.
Mithali Raj's successor.
Bang-in shot on that occasion, whipped the ball away towards mid-wicket for a single. Harmanpreet Kaur, she moves on to 30 of 22 deliveries.
Nahida Khan, of course, got the wicket of Smriti Mandhana. Though the impact, to me, on first glance, looked to be outside off, as Mandhana tried to whip it off the left-arm spinner.
Now taking the charge, trying to clear the long off region, and she clears it. Taking the aerial route, it was a tossed-up delivery by Nahida. She played the ball along with the turn. Well executed.
Hemalatha connected it superbly, got hold of it, and it sailed over the boundary skirting. The boundaries measure 60 meters on all sides. That would have easily been a good 65 to 67 meters or so.
Talking about the evolution of the game, the batters nowadays are very much focused on big hittings. As we were observing the IPL last night, 160 runs being scored, chased down in 10 overs. Now another one, there is a vacant place there, long chase for Ritumoni on that occasion, picking up a couple of runs. Hemalatha, that's good cricket, placing the ball due to the merit of the position.
Nicely helped along of her hips into the vacant deep square leg region. Now Nahida Akhtar, I beg your pardon, is a wily customer. Her bowling smarts have been on view for the Bangladesh women's cricket team for a long time. She also is very academically sound.
Now this time darted the length bit back, forcing the batter to go backward. I think that has been the key feature of Indian batting lineup this particular match. The ball which are being pitched up by the bowlers, it has been comfortably played by the batters. But on the other hand, while they're darting the length back, it's been a bit uncomfortable for the batters. They're dealing those deliveries with singles.
Nahida Akhtar is pursuing 2 undergraduate degrees concurrently, one in economics, the other in political science. Attributes a great part of her cricketing career to her parents, who have been very progressive and encouraged her to pursue cricket as a profession. And she places great value on completing her education as well. And speaking of academics, there is somebody on the Indian coaching staff who holds a PhD in astrophysics. It's their bowling coach, Avishkar Salvi from Mumbai.
That's brilliant. Now try to whip the ball away towards square leg. Finger is up. There was a huge appeal by the fielders. And umpire Sajidul Islam, he raises his finger. That's what we were talking about, me and Mazhar. Harmanpreet Kaur, she has the tendency to whip the ball, sweep the ball away towards square leg and mid wicket. She has this kind of go on shot. Sometimes when she misses, it becomes dangerous for her. Lost her wicket on that occasion.
Studious off the field and effective with the ball in hand on 8 dismisses.
14 বছরের লং ক্যারিয়ার, কিন্তু পিরিয়ডে তোমাদের মতো স্ট্রাগল করতে হয় আমাকেও। হেভি ফ্লোয়ের সময় তো লং টাইম বসে থাকাই তো কষ্টের, কিন্তু এখন কোনো ব্যাপার না, কারণ আমার আছে নতুন সেনোরা লং 290 মিলিমিটার লং প্যাড, দেয় সম্পূর্ণ নিশ্চয়তা আর রাখে চিন্তামুক্ত। সেনোরা লং হেভি ফ্লো কোনো ব্যাপার না।
স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন পরলেই আকাশে উড়েও যাবে না তুমি, তবে চলাফেরায় দারুণ ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটি দিবে এর আর্গোনমিক শেপ। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
Great rewards when she doesn't, as was the case during the final of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in 2017 as well. She swept one straight down the throat of the deep square leg fielder in Alex Hartley. That was pretty much game, set, match. Before, of course, they unraveled as a batting unit.
Changing the bowling, Rabia Khan straight away with the wicket. Yes, it is. Shobana Mustari standing right in front of the boundary, waiting for the ball. It was coming towards her and she has taken the catch. 4th wicket goes down for India. Hemalata, she has to depart. Tossing it up towards the stump corridor. Hemalata tried to take the aerial route, tried to clear long on that occasion. Shobana Mustari, she was waiting, and at last she has grabbed the opportunity.
Bangladesh's most prolific leg spinner in the past 12 months strikes again, picks up her 20th wicket during this period, has gone on to take the wickets of some of the giants of the current modern day game in Chamar Yatapatu, Shufali Verma, Smriti Mandana, Jemima Rodrigues. And this time around, she dismisses Dalan Hemalata. That would bring in Sajeevan Sajana to the middle. A look at that dismissal of Dalan Hemalata. Thankfully on the part of Bangladesh, the catch wasn't shelled. The home team have been a bit sloppy in the field today. Couple of misfields in terms of the ground fielding, a dropped catch here and there, but safe hands from Shobana Mustari. And Rabia Khan picks up her 7th wicket of the tour.
She's into her 4th over, Rabia Khan. She has been brilliant during the mid overs, also during the death overs back in Pakistan series. She managed to pick few wickets during the death overs. Now the trajectory being quite flatter, the batter got the room on that occasion, leaning onto the drive for a single. Straight up the mark, Sajna. I think they have to go through a rebuilding procedure. 5 overs left. We are at the death.
2 new batters in the middle. How India finish is going to be the moot point in this last match of their 2024 tour of Bangladesh. And the onus is on the new generation, Richa Ghosh and Sajeevan Sajana.
Going across, placed the ball towards sweeper Shauna Akhtar. She was right in the position to take the ball, to grab the ball, picks up the single. 124 for Team India.
Rabia Khan looks up to Imran Tahir, Rashid Khan and Rumana Ahmed among her leg spin idols. And here she's doing a very good job for the Bangladesh team. Sajeevan Sajana, for her part, made her way into this Indian side on the back of her batting exploits with the Mumbai Indians, led by Harmanpreet Kaur at the 2024 WPL.
Big appeal, and finger goes up. It was quite expected by the umpire. On that occasion, a flatter trajectory delivery. The batter, Sajana, she went back and across, did not judge the length, did not judge the flight, did not judge the trajectory, and also did not judge the pace. The ball kept low. Just look at the action replay. She was a bit confused. She was trying to take the aerial route, trying to come forward, but suddenly realizing the trajectory, she had to go back. But in between, she lost the shape, she lost the time, she has to depart. India are 5 down for 124.
A key moment in the innings. This is a momentum shifting double wicket over from the 19-year-old leg spinner Rabia Khan. Took the wicket of Dalan Hemalatha, and soon after sent back Sajeevan Sajana for a single-digit score, and that brings out to the middle the MVP of WPL 2024, all-rounder Deepti Sharma, who's been very effective with the ball and with her fielding as well for India. How might she go about her business with the bat?
Rabia Khan became the leading wicket taker of this particular series, picking up 8 wickets by the grace of a couple of wickets.
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সব সময় সবখানে।
Economy of 7.02 in this particular match, and also as I mentioned, by the grace of the couple of wickets, she has become the leading wicket taker in this particular series.
Overtakes Radha Yadav, India's left arm spinner, who's at 7 wickets so far from the 4 innings she's bowled in. Excellent performance from Rabia Khan. Shorna Akhtar, the leg spinner, will be bowling at the depth, operating from the media box end. There is a long off in place, so is a long on and a deep mid-wicket.
She's very much dependent on her pace variations, Shorna Akhtar. As you mentioned earlier about Rabia, her icon has been Imran Tahir, Adil Rashid, but the run-up she maintains a straighter run-up. You mentioned about Imran Tahir, he maintains an angular run-up. Once I had a conversation with Rabia, she mentioned about the straighter run-up. The reason behind it, it gives her the extra force, because she is very much dependent on her pace variations in her leg spin. Now tossed it up, sweeps away towards mid-wicket. Deepti Sharma straight away with a single, getting off the mark. It's been 126 for 5 Team India. We're heading towards at the end.
2 very potent teenage leg spin bowling options in Rabia Khan and Shorna Akhtar. The latter looking up to the late Shane Warne as her idol.
Leaning onto the drive on that occasion, Richa Ghosh for a single. There was a fielder in the wideish long off region. That's good bowling by Shorna Akhtar. She's not letting the batter to guess her trajectory, guess her length. She's mixing up the length very well.
Shorna first watched women's cricket in 2017-18, but it was Bangladesh's title-winning campaign in the Asia Cup, defeating India in the final in 2018. That inspired her to become an international cricketer. Went on to play a key role for Bangladesh in the Under-19 Women's T20 Cricket World Cup last year in South Africa. And like Rabia has been a product of the Roby spin hunt.
There's been good bowling by Shorna Akhtar, bowling according to the plan, bowling according to the field setup. On that occasion, beating the batter, deceiving the batter by her turns. Just look at the action replay, tossed it up, maintaining the hard length, deceived the batter by the turn. And yes, she has been very much prominent when it comes to the matter of bowling according to the field setup. Single to finish the over. It's 129 for 5, Team India, after 17 overs.
Let's one expert, pump it up. Let's one expert, play on top. Let's one expert, guess it right. We are gonna win tonight. Let's one expert, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's one expert, whoa, whoa, whoa. We are gonna win tonight.
সেম কাপড় এখনই লাগবে।
বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে 229 টাকা রিচার্জে 20 GB।
It's been a very good comeback from Bangladesh, picking up wickets in crucial times, just when Indian batters were looking to clear those boundaries and look for those quick runs. Bangladeshi bowlers put up a break on the Indian innings. After the partnership, they kept losing wickets. Sultana to continue. Short ball. Rocks onto her back foot. Right, just been confirmed. Last 4 overs, Bangladesh conceded 23 runs and picked up 3 wickets. So it's been a very good comeback from the Bangladeshi bowlers. After the way Indian batters were looking at one point to go on to post a big total, at the moment, they are struggling a bit with 2 new batters at the crease. As I'm joined alongside Jannatul Shumona. Jannatul, a good fight back from the Bangladeshi bowlers?
Yeah, definitely. They bowl so well. They have some bowling partnership. That looks close. Not out called by umpire.
It was drifting down to the leg side. It was a bit animated appeal from Sultana. But yeah, keeping things tight. Again, hardly giving anything to the batters. 2 new batters at the crease need to get some time before they play their strokes. But at the moment, India can't afford to look too many dot balls or even singles. They need to score those boundaries if they want to post somewhere near 160, 165. At the moment, they are going at a rate of 7.49. Down the leg side, swept away and will get a boundary. Boundary after a while for India, and it came off the bat of Richa Ghosh.
That's a gift. If you saw the pitch up outside the leg and swept it away, and it's 4 runs.
With fine leg up inside the circle, it's very difficult for a bowler to stop that boundary. Easy for the batter to just pass the fielder and get the boundary. So she needs to bowl according to her field. Again, shot outside off stump. Good work there by Trishna on the offside at point. She needs to be careful. There's no fielder patrolling the boundary on the offside. So the idea would be to bowl somewhere near the 4th stump onto the middle stump. There is a fielder at deep mid-wicket and deep square leg in place. Trishna does well on that occasion, but the batter would feel she missed out. That's better, much better from Sultana. Bowling at a very good line, looking for the couple, but they had to settle for a single. 7 runs from the over. India 136 for 5 after 18.
Let's one expert, pump it up. Let's one expert, play on top. Let's one expert, guess it right. We are gonna win tonight. Let's one expert, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's one expert, whoa, whoa, whoa. We are gonna win tonight.
ম্যাজিক্যাল সিড পাইপ যুক্ত মায়া হার্বাল কোকোনাট অয়েল, চুল পড়া রোধে পার্মানেন্ট সলিউশন। ওয়েলকাম টু মায়া।
Of 24, Bangladesh did well in the middle overs, picking up 3 wickets, conceding just 23 runs in the span of 4 overs. Shot pulled away. No fielder in the deep and will get a boundary. Boundary of the very first ball of the over, so pressure back onto the bowler.
Bowler have to be very careful because of the fielding set up. If you saw the fielding set up, they have no square leg. You can give the room to the batter, so yeah.
Change of fielded. Deep mid-wicket in place. There's also long on, short square leg and short fine leg. Better, much better from Sharna. But equally very good cricket from the Indian batters as well. After hitting a boundary, they're making sure they take the single and rotate the strike. 10 balls remaining in the innings. What do you reckon, Jannatul? How much India can get?
They looks good, bowler looks good as well. I think it will be a good battle. If the bowler can give ones, that's gonna be big win. But at the same time, batter would like to try something different.
Tossed up delivery coming down the track. Missed out on that occasion. Deepti straight to the fielder. Good bowling from Sharna. Dot ball in this stage of innings is a gold dust for Bangladesh. Again tossed up, flighted delivery in the air for a while. One bounce to the fielder. Sharifa there, a long on. Decent over so far from Sharna. Keeping things tight. Not giving away those boundaries that the Indian batters are looking for.
I think that's the last ball she bowled. That's the thing she needed to know. Where is her fielding setup and where she should bowl. Looks good so far. I think that's the plan. Just be simple as it is. Ball according to the fielder.
Interesting field setup for Sharna. Straightish long off, and also there's a field at extra cover. Also in front of square. So the idea would be to bowl a lot straighter and fuller to the right-hander. This time Richa Ghosh goes for the sweep and gets the boundary. A very good shot indeed from Richa Ghosh. She moved on to 19 of 12 deliveries. First boundary of the over as well. It's just been confirmed. It's the second boundary of the over. Thank you, Jannatul Shumona. So India inching towards 150. Maybe they are eyeing someone near 160. And with Richa Ghosh hitting those boundaries often, they can surely eye somewhere near 160 to 165. That's a very good shot. She knew where the fielders were. Again, straighter delivery by Sharna. Single to end the over. A good one for India. They're 147 for 5 after 19.
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সবসময় সবখানে।
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার। এর মিল্ক লোশন প্রতিবার গোসলের পর আমার ত্বক রাখে নরম ও মসৃণ। মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার, দুধ দিয়ে গোসল হোক প্রতিদিন।
Batting, India can surely eye somewhere near 155 to 160. I'm joined alongside Syed Abid Hussain Sami. Final over the innings, Sami, what do you reckon?
Before mentioning that, I was a bit surprised by seeing the field setup on the previous occasion, on the previous over. There was an extra cover in place, a wideish long off, a long on, a long with a cow corner, but there was no fielder at deep mid-wicket and deep square leg. By taking the chance, Richa Ghosh whipped the ball away towards mid-wicket for a boundary, and as you asked, I think they're going to restrict Team India within 155.
Neither to bowl the final over. A bit of short on that occasion, but very good field setup, I must say, by Nigar Sultana Jyoti. There's a deep extra cover in front of square. There's also a long off. You're talking about the field setup in the previous over. It was due to the fact that the bowler wanted the batter to go straight rather than trying to play the sweep shot and waiting for the top edge.
I think the length has been very much important for this particular match. Within the stump line, Indian batters were very much comfortable with the deliveries which were pitching up towards them. But they were dealing with singles when the bowlers were darting the length back. Right now there is a backward point, a point and cover, and also an extra cover. Now she finds the gap. But there was a fielder in place in the backward square leg region. Picks up the single. Interesting field setup, Mazhar. In the offside, inside the inner circle.
Yeah, with the left-hander batting, Nahida ball will come on to her. So the idea was to bowl on the middle and leg stump with the leg side packed field. There's no fielder on the offside patrolling the boundary. Now there's a right-hander in place. There's a deep mid-wicket also. Long side, long on, long off, and deep extra cover. Comes down the track, she connects it really well and gets the sixer. That's a powerful stroke from Richa Ghosh.
This is where Nahida made the mistake, as we were mentioning about the trajectory of the bowler, tossing it up, forcing the batter to come forward. She went across the line. After that, she cleared her front leg, cleared long off on that occasion. That's been brilliant by Richa Ghosh. She's known for those kind of big hits, had a decent enough WPL, winning matches for her teams.
Better, much better. A lot flatter than the previous one, when Nahida tried to give a bit of flight on that occasion. But this time a lot flatter, and outside the off stump.
Yes, length has been the key for all the spinners. Now again darted the length back. Played with soft hand. Rooting back. Takes up the single. You asked me the question that where will India stop? I think they have passed the par score. I mentioned about 155. They have already done it towards 156. Last ball of the innings coming up.
Try to sweep that one. Dot ball to finish the innings. Last over costed 9 runs for Nahida, but India will be happy to post 156 for 5 after 20 overs. And the last 2 overs, India managed to score 20 runs. But Bangladesh did well in the middle overs, where they managed to pick 3 wickets, conceding 23 runs between over number 13 to 17, and that put the brake on the Indian innings, where at one point they were eyeing somewhere near 165 to 70.
I think they have been brilliant, the Bangladeshi spinners. They maintained their plans. They were very accurate as far as line and length was concerned. They got rid of Harmanpreet Kaur with one of the finest deliveries against Harmanpreet Kaur. Just looking at the batting curve, Shefali Verma and Sriti Mantana had a decent enough start. Shefali got out of 14 of just 14 deliveries, followed by Sriti Mantana, scored 33 of 25. Dayalan Hemlata had her big shots on, scoring 37 of 28. Harmanpreet Kaur, the veteran campaigner, the captain, scoring 30 of 24. Richa Ghosh, she was not out of 28 of 17. Sajana Sajivan scored 1 of 3 deliveries. Dipti Sharma scored 5 out of 9 deliveries. End of it, end of 20 overs, India scored 156 for 5. So we're going for a flash interview towards Annesha Ghosh. She's heading with Dayalan Hemlata.
I'm joined by Dayalan Hemlata, who's been amongst the runs on this 5 T20i tour of India's. Hema, it's been quite the comeback for you into the international side. Talk us through this reinvented Dayalan Hemlata that we are seeing on the international stage.
Actually, I'm really happy that to be part of an India team, and coming back is like it's like amazing. Like we have for this one we are working a lot for outside domestic or behind the scene. So contribution for Indian women's cricket team is great. Yeah.
A comeback into the Indian side has been ticked off. How pleased would you be if you go on to make the side for the T20 World Cup here in Bangladesh?
I'm not thinking that much, but I'm just being present. Whatever the games comes, I'll do my best and I'll give my 200% effort to the team. So that's what my now my mindset is. Yeah.
And a word on the WPL. How big a factor was your performance in that tournament to your making the comeback into the Indian side?
Yeah, it is very useful for me because I was playing for that. The other day I have told that I was playing for Indian Railways, 4th, 5th down, and I'm coming back to WPL. I was playing a top out of the bat, so it is very helpful for coming back and playing for Indian cricket team. Is very useful for me. Yeah.
A reinvented Dayalan Hemlata has been very useful for the Indian side too. Time now to head back to the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Annesha. Indian batters once again showing intent right from the start of the innings. The pitch looked really good and the batters played their strokes. Deepti Sharma tried to play her stroke pretty often and paid the price. Smriti Mandhana played some delightful strokes. Her inside-out cover drive is a trademark shot of hers. Coming down the track using the feet. At times she was a bit lucky as well. Bangladeshi bowlers tried to bowl a lot fuller. And the Indian batters were equal to the task before Smriti Mandhana was undone by Nahida with a brilliant delivery coming on to her. Hemalata was lucky as well. She's been dropped a couple of times. This was a sitter. Skipper Harmanpreet Kaur also manufactured some strokes. Hemalata freeing his arm and trying to play those strokes. The slog sweeps came pretty handy for India. So does some conventional drives over the fielder's head and some cheeky strokes as well. Looking for those boundaries pretty often. Hemalata especially very strong, but Nahida picking up the big wicket of Harmanpreet with that leg before, and then a very good catch in the deep. Rabia picking up wicket. Bowled really well today and again bowl a lot flatter, hardly any turn. Sweep shot came into play pretty often and handy for India. They played that really well and get those boundaries every now and then. It's a very powerful stroke in the end by Richa Ghosh as they go on to post a very competitive total of 156. The bowling card here. Rabia picked up 2 wickets, Nahida also picking up a couple, and Sultana Khatun picked up a wicket for Bangladesh. Other than that, no bowlers were able to pick up any wicket. It has been Rabia who bowled brilliantly alongside Nahida. 2 for 27 from her 4 overs with the economy of 6.75. But Bangladesh needs to bat really well. They need 157 runs to win. It's going to be their highest chase against India if they go on to win this game. Their previous highest has been 142 back in 2018 where they go on to beat India. We'll get a short break and we'll come back with the chase. Right, we are back here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium where India go on to post 156 batting first against Bangladesh. Just to remind our viewers, it's the fifth and final T20i of the 5-match T20 series between India and Bangladesh, where India already sealed the series 4-0 and they're looking for the whitewash. On the other hand, Bangladesh will be hoping to bounce back and take that consolation victory in the final game. But it's going to be a tough ask for Bangladesh to chase the target of 157 of 20 overs. Batting has been a concern so far for Bangladesh throughout the series, so they have to play their best cricket if they want to win this game today.
Yes, as you mentioned, Mazaromi, batting has been a matter of concern for Bangladesh for this particular series. On that note, let me remind you, Bangladesh have beaten India 3 times in T20 internationals, and all the 3 times while chasing. We can always remember the historical match between Bangladesh and India during 2018 Asia Cup. The Asia Cup final where Bangladesh chased down 113 for 7. It was back in 2018 at Kuala Lumpur. On the previous occasion, they also chased down 142 for 8 against the same opponent. On that particular tournament, Dilara Akhtar, playing her 10th T20 international, she has managed to score 117 runs. On the other hand, change in the lineup, Shobana Mustari, she has been brought in the place of Murshida, the lone left-handed batter, into the side. Titash Sadhu, she has been good on the previous occasion. She maintained a ploy against the right-handed batter Dilara Akhtar. She maintained the wider trajectory, wider line. Yes, there is a slip in place and also there is a deep third man. I think she's going to make the same ploy against Dilara Akhtar, who's been very good during the power plays. She has been the lone batter who has scored consistent runs during the power play in this particular series, Dilara Akhtar. But this time, she's not going to have the luxury to maintain the left-hand, right-hand combination.
First ball of the innings, good one, good start by Titash, just outside the off stump, tempting the batter to go after it. Lucky on that occasion for Dilara, she didn't get any edge on that one. Yeah, just going back to Bangladesh's highest successful chase against India, it was 142 as you mentioned, it was back in 2018 in Kuala Lumpur. So if Bangladesh wants to win this game, they need to create history and chase their highest successful target against India. Dilara and Bangladesh are off the mark.
What has been the right area, the right line to bowl a batter in a T20 match? That has been a debate. Few of the experts say you have to maintain the line within the stump corridor, maintain the corridor which hits right at the top of the off stump. But sometimes in T20 cricket, you may have to maintain the test line and length. But in this particular segment we saw on the previous occasion against Tirara, Titash Sadhu maintained the wider line.
Okay, nicely bowled, a slip in place, waiting for that edge. Titash Sadhu made her debut in the other day for India. Bowling at a good line and length, taking the ball away from the right-hander and hoping for the batter to get that edge.
She's maintaining the same ploy as we mentioned, bowling the wider lines, shaping the ball away from the right-hander. Once again, got the edge on that occasion. Gets past the slip fielder for a single. This has been a common strategy by Titash Sadhu and it's quite predicted for the batter, Mazhar.
But it's difficult for the batters to play, to be very honest. Ball shaping away from the right-hander with the new ball. Batters coming in, trying to chase a target of 157. They have to come with a positive frame of mind to play their strokes, and in the process the bowlers comes into play with that away swinging delivery with the slip in place. We have seen an outside edge in the previous delivery as well.
Now this time going down to leg side, a big appeal by the fielders. height might be the factor, and yes, it is. Height was the factor. Darted back the length on that occasion. Tried to whip the ball away towards square leg. Dilara. It has been the lone delivery which was going down the leg side in this particular over. Slight change of plans. As we earlier mentioned, she was becoming very much predicted to the batter, shaping the ball away from the right-hander.
The last one, the ball came into the right-hander, so there is a bit of variation from Titash. Using the feet, coming down the track. You can see the intent from Dilara. She needs to score those boundaries and break the shackles. Just 2 runs from the first over for Bangladesh.
সেম কাপড় এখনই লাগবে।
বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে 229 টাকা রিচার্জে 20 জিবি।
চারপাশে লাইফের হেভি ফ্লো থামবে না একদিন, তাই পিরিয়ডের হেভি ফ্লোর দিনেও ঠিক অ্যাবজর্পশন দিবে মোনালিসার কার্যকর এসএপি। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
The pitch, you need to see which trajectory the bowler is bowling towards you, and also you have to settle it down as you are not in a right momentum. Bangladeshi batters have been struggling throughout the series. Pooja Bhastraker, she has come up from the other end. She's very much prominent for her short pitch deliveries. I have seen in WPL picking up wickets on regular intervals with her short pitch deliveries, and also has the reputation to win matches with the bat also.
Nicely driven by Sobhana. A brilliant way to get off the mark and gets the first boundary for Bangladesh. They need more of those, but it was a very good shot by Sobhana Mustari. Yes, it was full. Yes, it was wide. Needs to put that away, and she put that away in style.
Exactly so. Just getting on top of the ball on that occasion. It was serving on a plate like an invitation, and she accepted the invitation very well, bisecting between 2 fielders. The most important part was getting on top of the ball. She had a back and across movement, getting on top, execute the shot. Once again, finds the gap, bisecting between 2, raises the way towards the boundary. That's brilliant cricket by Sobhana Mustari.
This was even better. Back-to-back boundaries by Sobhana Mustari, but not that full. She had to lean onto that one. Look at that pose after playing that shot. A very confident looking batter. Sobhana Mustari promoted up at the order. She's got a job in her hand to provide a good start for Bangladesh. Can she deliver today? Back-to-back boundaries. It's a very good over so far for Bangladesh.
Going down the leg side, losing her shape on that occasion, the bowler. Wide signal by the umpire. I was very much impressed by the feet movement of Sobhana Mustari on the previous occasion. She leaned onto the drive. She went across. She had a back and across movement. After that, she went across, but she did not planted her front leg very much across towards the off stump. She had a control, and after that, she had a very good follow-through.
Good comeback from Pooja. Previous delivery, she tried to overcompensate, bowled a lot wider in the first 2 deliveries. So she bowled onto the leg stump, probably eyeing that middle stump. This time she bowls at the right channel.
Exactly so. Couple of deliveries, pitching it up. After that, going down to leg side. Immediately after, darted the hard length. That has been the consistent length for Pooja Bhastraker throughout the series. She has maintained the length very well. Right now, change in place. There is a short third man in place, Dipti Sharma. Banging shot, whipped, finds the gap towards the fine leg. 1 bounce for Sobhana Mustari. She is having a good time, a good party time. Moves on to 13 as Bangladesh moves on to 15 for no loss.
The third boundary of the over. The fine leg was wide, and she played that fine. She's been in very good touch right from the start of her innings. It's been a very good over so far for Bangladesh, and the bowler will feel some sort of pressure into her very first over.
Exactly, so balance is very much important as far as batting is concerned. Sobhana Mustari, she is maintaining the balance very well. She has a strong base. Once again going down to leg side. Shobhana Mustari tried to flick the ball away towards fine leg or square leg region, but no need it on that occasion because the ball was going down the leg side. She has a very long stance. We were observing the side angle view from the square leg camera. Shobhana Mustari, I was mentioning about her balance. The balance comes from the wider stance.
Looking for that single. A bit of mix-up. Direct hit might have been interesting. But there was a loud call from Shobhana right after she played that stroke. No. Rightly so. There was never a single. Very good work by Smriti Mandhana at point. Direct hit would have been curtains.
We have seen ample amount of run-outs in this particular series for Bangladesh. To be very exact, 7 run-outs. Now lost her shape on that occasion. The ball was darted back in towards the right-hander, got the outside edge. But there was a protection in the short third region. After 2, it's been a decent enough over for Bangladesh. 14 runs from it. It's 16 for no loss. Bangladesh chasing 157.
14 বছরের লং ক্যারিয়ার, কিন্তু পিরিয়ডে তোমাদের মতো স্ট্রাগল করতে হয় আমাকেও। হেভি ফ্লোয়ের সময় তো লং টাইম বসে থাকাই তো কষ্টের, কিন্তু এখন কোনো ব্যাপার না, কারণ আমার আছে নতুন সেনোরা লং 290 মিলিমিটার লং প্যাড, দেয় সম্পূর্ণ নিশ্চয়তা আর রাখে চিন্তামুক্ত। সেনোরা লং হেভি ফ্লো কোনো ব্যাপার না।
In the power play, they managed to score 30 for 3 in the first T20i, 43 for 2 in the second, and 44 without loss in the third T20i. Oh, this looks close. This looks close. Umpire Sajidul Islam remained unmoved, probably shading down to the leg side, but it looked really close, Sami.
She was confused by the direction of the ball because it was expected from that particular zone the ball might shape away from the right-hander as she expected, but on that occasion the ball was shaping in towards the right-hander. Dilara Akhtar, she just tried to throw her hands towards mid-wicket. While executing the shot, she lost her shape.
In the air, catch it is the call. Just gone pass over the fielder at mid-on, Harmanpreet Kaur. Dilara also trying to join the party. After Shobhana striking 3 boundaries in the previous over, you can see the intent from the right-hander. Bangladesh need to score some quick runs in the power play. They're chasing a very competitive target of 157, and the intention from the batters needs to be positive.
I think it was quite premeditated by Dilara Akhtar, not judging the direction of the ball, just tried to pull the ball away towards mid-wicket, but unfortunately not a proper timing.
This time helping it away on the onside. Mostly eyes that onside region, Dilara. Trying to play across the line, at times she had to pay the price, but since the bowler is shaping into the right-hander, she can also play that with the angle.
Yes, it is. Often she became guilty for throwing away her wickets. We have seen on previous occasions, especially on the third T20 International, she had a decent enough start. They placed an opening partnership of 46, but after that they just thrown away their wickets. Now got the room, got the freebie, tried to clear the fielder, but on that occasion, has she caught it? Yes, she has. Radha Yadav. Exactly so, the ploy, the plan has worked for Tita Sadhu, forcing the batter to play her shots. Wider line delivery, shaping away from the right-hander, and the batter paid the price to play the shot, caught in the point region.
It was brilliantly taken by Rav at point. Yes, it was short, it was wide, it was firmly struck by Shobhana Mustari. But look at that catch, look at that effort. Full stretch dive on the off, on her right side, and making sure she got both hands onto it. That's nicely taken by Radha Yadav. Tita Sadhu draws first blood for India. And they picked up the big wicket of Shobhana Mustari, who was looking good for a 13 of just 9 deliveries. Bangladesh lost their first on 19.
So unlucky 13 strikes. Shobhana Mustari gone for 13. Those who are watching cricket onto television, who wants to learn cricket, who wants to be a cricketer, that's a perfect lesson for them. As far as fielding is concerned, you have to receive the ball with both of your hands. She just moved onto her right, placed both of her hands to take the catch. Shobhana Mustari, it was a powerful strike, but on that note, the placement was not fair enough. Bangladesh have lost their first wicket. The new batter comes in, Rubaiya Haider. I think it will be a slight relief for the batters. Left-hand, right-hand combination.
Drifting down to the leg side, missed everyone, missed the batter, missed the wicket keeper, and inching towards the fence. No. Asha in the deep does well to stop that one. No signal from the umpire. Interesting.
I think that might brushed her pads on its way towards the fine leg, ensuring on the action replay there was no brushing onto her pads. Quite surprising.
I think it hit her on her gloves, Sami. That's why the umpire didn't give the leg by signal, which means she hit her in her gloves. Full outside off stump, nicely driven by Rubaiya. What a brilliant stroke from the left-hander.
I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait. As soon as you sit up, give me the room, I will provide a boundary. Bisecting between two fielders, raises away towards the boundary. There is a vacant place in the sweeper. Well shaped, threw her hands away. But on that note, she got ample amount of time to execute that particular shot. Boundary to finish the over. It's been another fine over from Bangladesh, although they have lost one wicket. Shobhana Mustari.
Is that real?
Well hit. Away it goes. Radha Yadav into the attack, started off with a wide down the leg side.
She has been the second highest wicket taker in this particular series. Radha Yadav has created disturbance among the batters with her flatter trajectory deliveries.
Catch it is the call, couldn't connect it properly and hand it straight to Vasrakar at mid-off. Bangladesh loses their second wicket. And it's Dilara who got dismissed after scoring 4, trying to cut loose, trying to clear the fielder mid-off. But there was no power and no connection in the end. Really had to take the long walk back. Bangladesh losing wickets in a very quick succession. They lost the first wicket of Shobhana Mustari in the previous over, and now Dilara also back in the hut. So both the openers for Bangladesh are back in the pavilion, and she departs after scoring 4.
It's been a common scenario of getting out by Dilara Akhtar, try to whip the ball or pull the ball away towards mid-wicket onto the onside, and that has been a ploy since the last occasion. Team India has been maintaining the same ploy, bowling her in the wider line, forcing her to take the aerial route into the onside. On both the occasions, in the 4th and the 5th T20 International, she tried to execute the shot into the onside. Did not connect that properly. Just look at the way of getting out of Dilara Akhtar. It was a short pitch delivery, banging shot into the wider line. She tried to whip towards mid-wicket. Did not judge the length, did not judge the direction. Now here comes the captain, the veteran campaigner Nigar Sultana Jyoti, playing her 94th, in fact 95th international match as far as T20 cricket is concerned. Jointly most with Salma Khatun, the most Bangladeshi campaigners played in international T20 cricket.
And she gets off the mark with a single. Radha Yadav striking early in her very first over. And all of a sudden, Bangladesh are in some sort of trouble. They are 27 for 2. They are in the fourth over. We are talking about utilizing the power play, but losing wickets won't help the cause for Bangladesh. But Radha Yadav, she's been amongst the wicket throughout this series. That's her 8th wicket. Tossed up delivery, inviting the batsman to come forward and play that stroke with the mid-on inside the circle, tempting her to go over the top of the fielder.
That's been a ploy by the Indian captain. Right now, a change in the field setup. The sweeper has been brought back into the circle. Mid-on goes up in the place of long-on region. There is a deep square leg in place. Tossing it up, forcing the batter to clear mid-on on that occasion. As expected, Pooja Vastraker, she has been placed towards long-on region from mid-on. And on the other hand, the batter, Rubiya, she tried to clear in field. She tried to clear long-on on that occasion. She was nearly getting onto the trap.
Again, flighted delivery. Radha Yadav tempting the batters to play their strokes and trying to buy a wicket, trying to purchase a wicket. They've already picked up 2 quick wickets, and one more from here. Bangladesh are in deep, deep trouble.
Shaping the ball in towards the right-hander, Nigar Sultana Jyoti. End of the over. It's been decent enough for Team India.
आप लोगों को नजर आ रहे हैं
Well hit. Away it goes. That is a ridiculous. Look at this. Let's one expert. Pump it up. Let's one expert. Catch your eye. Let's one expert. Do it right. Be and enjoy the game tonight. Let's one expert. Oh, oh, oh. Let's one expert. Oh, oh, oh. Be and enjoy the game tonight.
স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন পরলেই আকাশে উড়েও যাবে না তুমি, তবে চলাফেরায় দারুণ ফ্লেক্সিবিলিটি দিবে এর আর্গোনমিক শেপ। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
Sajna, the new bowler for India. Started off with a dot delivery. Yeah, you pointed out rightly, Sami, if as a batting unit, if you lose early wickets, you're chasing somewhere near 157, it's always difficult for the middle orders to come in and score the quick runs like Rubiya Jilik is trying to do at the moment, trying to manufacture the strokes. It was also on the cards. They are inside the power play. One more over to go after that one, but it was really close. Missed the stump by a whisker.
Sajna, this has been the first time she's bowling in international cricket. Coming around the wicket towards the left-hander. Try to pick up the single. It's not always you have to go for every ball. You have to go for the big shots. Yes, there are vacant places in the fields. You are onto the 5th over. Still a lot of time to negotiate. I think they need to go through a rebuilding process. So on that note, rotating their strikes are very much important.
Sami, to be very honest, when you are chasing 157, you can't afford to take too much time at the crease, especially when you lose 2 wickets and you are in the power play. You need to utilize the field restriction. So this is the idea probably Rubiya Jilik is eyeing for that. She's looking for this boundary and for this field restriction. There is 2 fielders in the deep on the onside. She needs to be careful though.
Rightly pointed out by Mazhar on that occasion, beats the fielder at mid-on, racing away towards the boundary. Rubiya moves on to 11 of 9 deliveries by the grace of the boundary. Just look at that play. Sajna tossed it up, forcing the batter to go backward. And yes, she went back, executed the shot, cleared mid-on on that occasion. And yes, rightly pointed out Mazhar, time is not your friend when you are playing T20 cricket, especially into the power play. You have to be very much proactive. You have to score quick runs when you are chasing down a total. Now good pace variation by the bowler. On previous occasion, it was tossed up. Now it was quite flatter. Single to finish the over. After 5, it's 33 for 2 Bangladesh.
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সবসময় সবখানে।
জব্বর ব্যাপার, মিনিস্টার শত কোটি টাকার ঈদ উপহার। মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ, এসি ও এলইডি টিভি কিনলেই পাচ্ছেন ন্যূনতম 10,000 টাকার আকর্ষণীয় গিফট বক্স, 100% ফ্রি, নগদ মূল্য ছাড় সহ 53% ডিসকাউন্ট। অফারটি পেতে চলে আসুন মিনিস্টার শোরুমে। মিনিস্টার।
Rubaia Haidar Jhilik has shown glimpses, living up to her name. Jhilik translates to glimpse in English, of good potential in the previous innings. Hails from Joshore, can sing very melodiously, but the question is, can she make the bowlers dance to her tunes today?
Leaning onto the drive, trying to bisecting between two fielders, Harmanpreet Kaur. The experienced campaigner, she was ready to grab up the ball. As I mentioned on Nesha, 33 it's been the past number in the board exams of Bangladesh. Is it like in India also? 33 out of 100?
Well, I'm pretty sure if you are got to harbor any hopes of making those Delhi University colleges, you've got to score much higher.
Trying to play a closer line on that occasion, whips the ball away towards square leg. Pace has been introduced once again. Pooja Vastrkar, she was expensive in her first over. Got some opportunities, the batter. Shobana Mustari leaning onto the drive couple of occasions. But now, it's been a slice of relief that no Shobana Mustari into the middle.
Nigar Sultana Jyoti has been a bit unfortunate on a couple of occasions in this series. A short ball and tentatively nudged by the Bangladesh captain, living somewhat dangerously. She would want to finish this series on a high, because right after, Bangladesh women will be going into a bit of a domestic season with the Dhaka Premier League. Thereafter, there is the Asia Cup in Dambulla in July, followed by the T20 World Cup in October. Another short ball, back of length, defended off the back foot. A lot of social media chatter, Sami, around this Bangladesh women's team has been about whether they are incompetent. I do not really feel they are, because when you compare them with the Indian side, the Bangladesh women's cricket team started playing internationally only in 2007. When you compare that with India, their first international appearance dates back to 1973.
That's been so sweet of you, Nesha, pointing out the right point. Bangladesh have recently started playing international cricket, and yes, they have got the momentum. They got the momentum back in 2023. As we earlier mentioned, they beat their counterpart team India back in 2023 at Mirpur. After that, they beat Pakistan on 2 big series. In T20s, in ODIs, they have also beat South Africa in South Africa, but somehow they're just out of shape.
Pulled away by Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Clears the fielder inside the circle. Titash Sadhu cuts it off. Nigar will pick up a couple. They have gone through a bit of a lull period. The back-to-back losses against South Africa definitely blunted their spirit. And after the
ম্যাজিক্যাল সিড পাইপ যুক্ত মায়া হার্বাল কোকোনাট অয়েল, চুল পড়া রোধে পার্মানেন্ট সলিউশন। ওয়েলকাম টু মায়া।
সমাজের সব অসঙ্গতি থামিয়ে দিতে পারবে না, তবে পিরিয়ডের লিকেজ আটকে দিবে মোনালিসার 6 লক সিস্টেম। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
Have to depend it on boundaries, but also you need to make sure to minimize those kind of dot deliveries.
It's a key area of them working as a team under head coach Hashan Tilakaratne and spin bowling coach Dinuka Hettiariachi. And I believe that no matter whether this is a clean sweep by India or not, these losses will only benefit them, because they are walking away with a lot of key learnings which they will want to implement in the Asia Cup and the T20 World Cup, where they are pooled in Group B and will play their round games in Dhaka. Flighted outside off stump, nicely guided towards the fielder in the third region. Radha Yadav cuts it off again. No runs conceded. Deepti Sharma is operating for the first time outside the power play on this tour. Jhilik goes for the sweep, doesn't time it. High on intent, that stroke will pick up a single only. And it's a great opportunity to perhaps urge the Bangladesh women fans to not give up on this side. It's a young side, one in transition. Their average age is only 23 years old. And who knows, they might go on to defeat some of the heavyweights come the T20 World Cup. What do you think, Sami?
Definitely. The key factor is the momentum. I think they have been just out of shape. For a few times, I had a chat with Nigar Sultana Jyoti during the toss. She mentioned they're just one win away to get back on track. Now placed the ball towards backward point. And another inspiring factor is Annesha, you have been covering the series for last 5 T20 internationals. I have just joined from the fourth. The amount of crowd in this particular match, it has been progressing.
I think this is the highest turnout we've seen here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium across the 5 matches, which is very, very heartening to see. India will come back to this city in October to play all their round games in the T20 World Cup. Jhilik shapes away to loft it over the cover fielder. Thankfully doesn't time it too well because there is a sweeper cover in Sajeevan Sajana. Not much happening by way of scoring boundaries in this Bangladesh innings. They need to up the ante. Nigar Sultana Jyoti will pull away. Finds Sajeevan Sajana again in the deep mid-wicket region. Scampers to the other side for a single, and after 7 overs, Bangladesh are 40 for 2.
Dad! Dad! Is that real? आप लोगों को नजर आ रहे हैं?
Well hit. Away it goes. That is a ridiculous. Look at this.
Shriyanka Patil and Renuka Singh Thakur. They're pretty much sure starters for India come the Asia Cup and the World Cup, of course. Asha Shobhana, the history maker in the 4th T20i, the oldest Indian woman to make her international debut, is into the attack, starts off with a dot. She did take the wicket of Nigar Sultana Jyoti as her maiden international scalp in the previous game. Has over 200 appearances in the senior domestic level. Swept by Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Nothing more than a single this time around too.
It's been very much inspirational making her debut at the age of 33. Off air, I had a chat with Mazharuddin Ami, my fellow commentator. We have also played domestic cricket here in Bangladesh. We were discussing we might restart our career again. Inspiring by Asha, making her debut at the age of 33.
Asha being the ray of hope for both Indians and Bangladeshis, it seems. Wide outside the off stump, slashes hard at it, doesn't connect, does Rubaya Haidar Jhilik. Has been a domestic veteran, Asha Shobhana. And her message during that flash interview after the 4th T20I was never give up.
Now the batter has not given up on that occasion. Clears the infield, clears the boundary. It was tossed up, forcing the batter to come forward. She leaned onto the drive. On that occasion, she dancing down the wicket. Just see the shape of the batter. She went across, but in between, she managed to put up a very good timing.
Got to the absolute pitch of the delivery, great use of the feet, and was able to pierce the field, beat the diving Shafali Verma, who is now sent back to the long off position for the left-hander. Shapes a way to pull. Very high back lift on that occasion. Tried to muscle it hard, gets only a single.
She tosses up the ball from a very higher trajectory. That's been the key feature of Asha. As you mentioned, she has been a domestic performer for a very long time. She started her career at a very early stage by the grace of WPL, as I was reading an article on one of the prominent sites.
Back and across from Nigar Sultana Jyoti, played it along the carpet. Sujivan Sajna keeps it to just a single after 8 overs. Bangladesh are 47 for 2.
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার। এর মিল্ক লোশন প্রতিবার গোসলের পর আমার ত্বক রাখে নরম ও মসৃণ। মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার, দুধ দিয়ে গোসল হোক প্রতিদিন।
চারপাশে লাইফের হেভি ফ্লো থামবে না একদিনও, তাই পিরিয়ডের হেভি ফ্লোর দিনেও ঠিক অ্যাবজর্পশন দিবে মোনালিসার কার্যকর এসএপি। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
Bangladesh have a tall order facing them. Haven't really found the injection of impetus they would have wanted in the first half of this 20-over innings. Radha Yadav, the leading wicket taker of the series, is back into the attack. Flighted and castled. Radha Yadav has clean bowled the Bangladesh captain with aplomb. Nigar Sultana Jyoti gave Radha Yadav the charge, but look at the efficacy. She was absolutely spot on with that line of that delivery. Went on to take out the middle stump of Sultana. Nigar Sultana Jyoti has to depart for just 7 runs, and Bangladesh continue to unravel. I'm joined by Janatul Shumona in the commentary box. And what a performance is Radha Yadav putting on, continuing with her form, is clearly the front runner for the Player of the Series award. What do you think about that, Shumona?
You can clearly see Radha's bowling plan. She looks the batter very well. She tried to read the batter as well. If you saw the intent of the Jyoti's last ball before get out, she looks like she's tried to do something different, and Radha picks that very well.
Flighted and driven to the fielder at long off by the new batter, Ritumoni. And it's been great to see Radha Yadav operate with a lot more composure than she would previously, before she fell off the selection radar. During the WPL, she said during a chat for the Delhi Capitals with her India and DC teammate Jemima Rodrigues, how she would search for Virat Kohli videos on YouTube so she could pump herself up. But after being left out of the Indian side, she did some reflection and has tried channeling that natural aggression in a better way. Defended with a straight bat by Rubaya Haidar Jilik. Shumana, you are a spinner yourself. What is it that stands out the most and has impressed you the most about Radha Yadav on this tour?
Especially throughout this competition, I noticed her very well. Especially, I can say that very much different between short ball this occasion, straight to the fielder, mid wicket, no runs. So yeah, that's what I said. I think she can read the batter very well rather than other players. and that's she is making difference between her and other players here.
Flighted, and there is a loud appeal for leg before wicket, and the finger goes up. Radha Yadav has a 3-4 to her name in this 5th and final T20i. An absolute talisman is the left-hander turning out to be on this tour. Her comeback tour as far as her place in the Indian side goes. Got the wicket of Nigar Sultana Jyoti, and now it's time for Rubaia Haidar Jilik to depart. Bowling into the stumps, has varied her lines and lengths with aplomb, and the rewards are there for everyone to see. Jilik departs for just 20 runs, and Bangladesh lose their 4th wicket.
Yeah, as just I mentioned, if you saw Radha, Jilik is going so well with the sweep shot, and she just ball according to the plan into the fuller and not let her sweep, and Jilik ended up with LBW.
Shauna Akhtar, the right-hander, the new batter in. A slightly short ball, drops and tries to get a single, will not get it. It's just the completion of Radha's 2nd over, and she already has figures of 3 for 4 to her name. Phenomenal so far from the India left-arm spinner. And after now,
বাহ 66% বিদ্যুৎ বিল কম অলরেডি ফুল
ডাবল স্টোরেজ স্মার্ট ফ্রিজ।
মা, ইলেকট্রিসিটি তো চলে গেল, এবার আইসক্রিম।
কোনো চিন্তা নেই, আমাদের মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ ইলেকট্রিসিটি না থাকলেও দীর্ঘক্ষণ ঠান্ডা থাকে।
মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ পাওয়ার সেভার স্মার্ট গ্লাস ডোর আর 12 বছরের গ্যারান্টি।
concedes a single off the first ball of her 2nd over as Ritumoni scampers over to the other end. Shauna Akhtar will be on strike. It's quite the opportunity for India's spin attack to apply the choke. Down the leg side, well collected by Richa Ghosh. Given wide by the umpire. Shafali Verma on screen briefly there, who became the youngest woman to play 100 international matches at 20 years and 102 days. And the ball keeps finding her, and so do the camera persons. Went past the record held by Shemaine Campbell, who was the previous youngest woman to play 100 international matches at 21 years and 18 days. Oh, juicy there. Lured the batter in to lunge forward and slice that. Probably a little bit too much out of the reach of Ritumoni to middle that. It's all been quiet, Shumana.
Yeah, it will be good test for the middle order, especially Ritumoni and Shauna Akhtar, how they take the responsibilities and make a good partnership from here.
Swivel pull and taken by Harmanpreet Kaur. She's claiming the catch. The Indian players are swarming around her. A good low forward diving take from the India captain. Was stationed at short mid-wicket. Pulled with disdain by Shauna Akhtar. And there it is, a superlative take by one of the best and most agile fielders in the Indian side, Harmanpreet Kaur, the India captain.
First wicket for Asha Stovana, a little bit shorter length, but hit it straight to the short mid-wicket, and Harman took it very good catch.
That's the Harmanpreet Kaur we know as a fielder in international cricket. Had dropped 2 dollies earlier in the series, But here she showcases just how reliable she is more often than not. Time for a drinks break as Sharifa Khatun walks out to the middle to join Ritumani. It's not looking very promising for the home team as far as this chase goes. They're falling like a pack of cards. Have lost half their side already inside 10 overs in this chase of 157. A short ball from Asha Shobhana into the stumps brings her first wicket of the match, thanks largely to that excellent take by Harmanpreet. A 35-year-old and 33-year-old combining to give India their 5th wicket of this Bangladesh innings. It is just a number, said Asha Shobhana memorably in the previous game. And both Harmanpreet and Asha are underscoring the relevance and topicality of that sentence. Another juicy, looped up delivery. The flight resembling that of her predecessor, Poonam Yadav, who has been a long-time servant of Indian cricket, but has fallen off the selection radar. It is Poonam Yadav's place as India's frontline leg spinner that Asha Shobhana would want to cement in the lead up to the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, which begins on October 3rd in Dhaka. Looped up again and falls just short of Shefali Verma at extra cover. End of 10 overs, Bangladesh are just 52 for 5.
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সব সময় সবখানে।
Let's 1xBet, pump it up. Let's 1xBet, play your turn. Let's 1xBet, guess it right. We are gonna win tonight. Let's 1xBet, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's 1xBet, whoa, whoa, whoa. We are gonna win tonight.
On her part to imagine that. Nicely darted into the leg stump. Where do you think this chase is headed, Shumona?
Look, I will be happy if Bangladesh can bat 20 overs this time.
A wide delivery from Radha Yadav, and the batters will scamper across for 2 runs. The throw came in from the deep. Shriyanka Patil, who's not part of the playing 11, was briefly on the field. This time it was Smriti Mandana who was doing the cleaning up at deep point. Radha needs to keep the stumps in play for her to have a higher chance of getting that 5-4, I believe. Much better, much better. Remember, she's not bowling to Bangladesh's frontline batters who are all back in the hut and probably reflecting on how they can iron out these batting deficiencies. Oh, that's a wayward delivery from Radha Yadav. Way outside the reach of the wicketkeeper, Richa Ghosh. Radha herself cannot believe it. Probably slipped out of her hands.
Looks like she tried to do different, little bit variation and lose her control. It's a wide and 4 runs gift for the Bangladeshi team.
Absolute present down the leg side from Radha. Comes down the track and will give the charge to the left-hander. Ritumani picks up her first boundary of the innings against the run of play. So back-to-back boundaries. One off buys and the other off the bat of Ritumani of consecutive deliveries. And suddenly a good bowling spell is being spoiled thanks in part to the batter in question. and in part by Radha herself. Keeps the stumps in play, defended diligently back to the bowler. Still very economical. Radha conceding just 15 runs of her first 17 balls. A very good shot down the ground by Ritumoni. Harmanpreet Kaur is making some adjustments in the field. Brings in Shefali Verma much inside the inner circle from the periphery. A short ball and driven off the back foot for a single. Smriti Mandhana keeps it to a single. Bangladesh now 64 for 5 after 11 overs.
14 বছরের লং ক্যারিয়ার, কিন্তু পিরিয়ডে তোমাদের মতো স্ট্রাগল করতে হয় আমাকেও। হেভি ফ্লোয়ের সময়তে লং টাইম বসে থাকাই তো কষ্টের, কিন্তু এখন কোনো ব্যাপার না, কারণ আমার আছে নতুন সেনোরা লং 290 মিলিমিটার লং প্যাড, দেয় সম্পূর্ণ নিশ্চয়তা আর রাখে চিন্তামুক্ত। সেনোরা লং হেভি ফ্লো কোনো ব্যাপার না।
তোমার মাপে অন্যরা স্মার্ট না হলেও মোনালিসার সেজন্যই আছে স্মার্ট চ্যানেলে। এসো সামলে নিব এক হয়ে। মোনালিসা স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন।
Outing yet again for Bangladesh with the bat. They're 64 for 5 after 11. They're chasing the target of 157 and they kept losing wickets at regular interval as India continues their dominance throughout the series, both with bat and ball. Last over from Sajna went for 5. Ritu on 10 of 9. Shorifa just came into the crease. Started off again nicely, Sajna. Bowling for the first time in international cricket, said Abidus and Sami. So India can afford to do some experiments in this fifth and final match.
Definitely, as earlier mentioned by Harmanpreet Kaur, they want to give the benchers some game time. Now bisecting between two, finds the gap. The chase is on for Asha, dives in, but unfortunately the ball had enough legs to raise us away towards the boundary.
Yes, it was not that short, but she manufactured well and finds the gap really well between the short third man and backward point region. Played that late and also used the pace of the bowler. Sajna looking a bit disappointed, but she must be looking to pick up her first international wicket.
They have the luxury to do these kind of experiments in India. They have a very prominent bowling lineup, and also as far as batting is concerned, they have a very deep batting lineup as well. Now the ball was in the air for a while, a misfield, followed by 2 runs by the batters. Bangladesh moves on to 70 for the loss of 5 wickets. Yes, they got the momentum in the power play, but the mid-overs have been a matter of concern for Bangladesh throughout the series. I can recall the third T20 international Mazhar, where the opening stand put on 46 runs, but after that, in between 7 to 15, they lost 5 wickets.
Ritumoni trying to play her strokes. Rightly pointed out, Sami, between over 7 to 16. In the first T20i, Bangladesh scored 50 runs, losing 3 wickets. In the second match, they scored 60 runs, but again losing 4 wickets. In the third T20i, as you mentioned, they scored 47 runs and lost 4 wickets. So it's a lot in the middle of a 20-over game where your middle order batters kept losing wickets one after another, so it becomes really difficult when you come out to chase a total somewhere like 140, 150. Nicely fielded off her own delivery. Sajna.
They have been good when the ball is new, when there is shine on the balls, but after that, as far as the match progresses, in the batting innings during the mid-overs, they're losing their shape, dealing with the old balls. The ball gets softer, driven away towards long on that occasion for a single to finish the over. It's 71 for 5. Another good over by
সেম কাপড় এখনই লাগবে।
বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে 229 টাকা রিচার্জে 20 জিবি।
ম্যাজিক্যাল সিড পাইপ যুক্ত মায়া হার্বাল কোকোনাট অয়েল, চুল পড়া রোধে পার্মানেন্ট সলিউশন। ওয়েলকাম টু মায়া।
দেশ জুড়ে সবাইকে সুপার স্পিডে কানেক্টেড রাখতে টানা 4 বছর উগলা স্বীকৃত বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4G সবসময় সবখানে।
The series, you're talking about the middle overs. Dot ball has also been a huge concern for Bangladesh. So far they have conceded 37 dot balls, which is almost near to 50%. Pooja Vastrakar will come into the attack onto a third over. She conceded 17 runs so far. Nicely directed bouncer. Moves away at the last moment, Ritumuni. Just going back to the dot percentage of the Bangladesh team since 2023, it's been 42.8%. Per innings, they conceded 50 dot balls, which is a lot among 120 deliveries. If you concede around 50 dot balls, it's always difficult for the batters to score big.
That's where the skill comes in. Now finds the gap, beats the fielder. Asha was placed herself into the deep third man region, could not get onto it. A welcome boundary for the batter. You were mentioning about the dot deliveries, and yes, skill comes. And the skill to rotate the strikes, the skill to find out the gaps. They need to work on those kind of things.
It's nicely struck by Ritumuni. Got that width. Again, backs away, plays that late, plays that fine, and back-to-back boundaries for Bangladesh and Ritumuni.
Just guiding it towards its direction on that occasion. Bang-in shot by Pooja Vastrakar. She got the room. It was well manufactured. Got up on her toes, placed the ball towards third man region. There was a vacant place. The deep third man fielder was much wider. Back-to-back boundaries will certainly boost up the confidence of Bangladesh. They still requires 78 runs in 45 deliveries. Pooja Vastrakar has been quite expensive in this particular match.
Nicely driven by Ritumuni. Looking for the couple. Easily taken in the end. Yeah, we're talking about Bangladesh's intensity with the bat. If I talk about the positive intent, it was there, but at the same time, as you mentioned, dot balls, too many dot balls can hamper the proceedings with the bat in the middle. Even skipper Niga Sultana Jyoti after the fourth game mentioned about the dot ball factors, which has been the downfall for Bangladesh in this series. Nicely behind that one.
You cannot always deal with boundaries. You cannot always go for every balls. So that's where the single taking options should come forward, and you need to build up those skills to find out the gaps, rotate the strikes, as we earlier mentioned. The matter of concern is Bangladeshi batters are very much dependent on scoring runs within the boundaries, but on the other hand, there are also other options too.
Single to end the over. 11 runs from it. A good one for Bangladesh. They are 82 for 5 after 13.
জব্বর ব্যাপার, মিনিস্টার শত কোটি টাকার ঈদ উপহার। মিনিস্টার ফ্রিজ, এসি ও এলইডি টিভি কিনলেই পাচ্ছেন ন্যূনতম 10,000 টাকার আকর্ষণীয় গিফট বক্স, 100% ফ্রি, নগদ মূল্য ছাড় সহ 53% ডিসকাউন্ট। অফারটি পেতে চলে আসুন মিনিস্টার শোরুমে। মিনিস্টার।
Rubana Mustari got trapped in the unlucky 13 zone, scoring 13 of 9 deliveries. Rubaya Chilik, she had a decent enough outing, but as you mentioned about the dot deliveries, you need to minimize those dot deliveries. You need to convert those dot deliveries into singles. Now a slight break is going on. I think the batters are having an unofficial drinks break into the middle. The bowling curve has been impressive by the Indian bowler Tita Sadhu, playing her second T20 international, conceding 11 runs for her lone wicket. Pooja Vastrakar a bit expensive in this particular match, conceding 28 runs. hasn't achieved a wicket yet. Radha Yadav, brilliant approach, conceding 16 runs for her 3 wickets. One of the finest aspects of Indian cricket. Radha Yadav, she's been challenging herself for last 1 year. I read an interview of hers. WPL has been a promising aspect for Indian cricket, and Pooja Vastrakar, she has changed her strategy while approaching in T20 cricket. She used to depend on attacking kind of deliveries, but now she has achieved the both things, which is very much required, very much needed in T20 cricket. After 13 overs, the comparison, it was 106 for India, but Bangladesh is far behind of this. The runs required, it's 75. The equation, they're dealing with slight uncomfortably. Radha Yadav.
Ritu Moni showing intentions. If I talk about a T20 match, 74 of 41 deliveries still achievable, said Abid Hussain Sami. We have seen the evolution in T20 cricket. We have seen how this format has evolved over the years. We've seen how batters can score runs quickly. She made it a yorker. It was a tossed up delivery. A flighted one by Radha Yadav, looking for her 4th wicket. And talking about the wickets, Radha Yadav has been instrumental with the ball today. She has been throughout the series. Again down the track, Richa Ghosh misses the stumping. Lucky for Sharifa.
I was observing the highlights package of the wickets of Radha Yadav. She has taken in this particular match 3 altogether. I was impressed by the trajectories. The batters were very much confused. This time it was tossed up, trying to clear the aerial route on that occasion. Missed the batter, missed the wicketkeeper on that occasion. Now got the room, steered it towards cover region for a single. Picking up single has not been a regular thing for Bangladesh as far as batting is concerned. They still require 71 of 38.
Radha Yadav, today's performance, 3.4 overs, 13 dot balls, 3 for 20. Look at the economy, 5.45. Again, flighted delivery, full toss, couldn't connect it properly. But it will fall in no woman's land. Sriti Mandhana returns that to wicketkeeper Richa Ghosh. Ritu Moni moves to 30 of 23. She has been showing intentions. She has been looking for some quick runs. But she needs that support from the other end.
Exactly so. And also, it required some muscle power from Ritu Moni on that occasion. She cleared the front leg. Yes, she had a good base on her back foot. Outside edge and beats the fielder. Chases on for Asha. I think she will give up. No. It was a brilliant effort, a sliding one by Asha on that occasion. Allows the batter to pick up 3 runs on that occasion. She tossed it up for the batter. She tried to bisect between point and cover, but it was an outside edge. Beats 3rd man initially, but after that a brilliant effort by Usha. Asha, in fact, I beg your pardon.
Is that real? आप लोगों को नजर आ रहे हैं?
Well hit. Away it goes. That is a ridiculous. Look at this.
Whenever it was required, whenever the top order failed, the middle order took on the responsibility. Skipper Harmanpreet Kaur herself on the other day took the responsibility, posted a good total on the board on a rain curtail encounter. Titash to continue her 3rd over. Shot pulled away in the air. And a valiant effort in the end. Neetu Moni will get another boundary. First ball, boundary hit. Pressure onto the bowler. Probably hurt herself in the process and probably broken her sunglasses.
Shriyanka Patil on that occasion, the 12th fielder, the substitute fielder. She pulled it away towards mid-wicket region. Shriyanka Patil had a diving effort towards the boundary. Yes, you mentioned about breaking her sunglasses. I can remember during the final game of WPL this year, Shriyanka Patil, she had a broken finger. But in spite of having that broken finger, she bowled a brilliant spell. Now straight away towards the hard length. Direct hit, direct hit. She might be in trouble. We have seen ample amount of run-outs in this particular series. Umpire Sajidul Islam is going up for the third umpire. As I earlier mentioned that there have been ample amount of run-outs for Bangladesh, 7 in total. It was a bullet arm throw, but I think she's in. I think she's in. The current frame suggests that she's in, but she's just in. A narrow escape by the batter.
It was a very good throw, nevertheless. Direct hits are always interesting, but in this occasion, I think the batter made it. Fielding has been terrific from India throughout the series. It's a tight frame, it's a tight call, but I think she made it. Just one frame away. The third umpire making sure she gives the right decision. Shathira Jakir JC, the third umpire today. But yeah, going back to Bangladesh's approach, Sami, Bangladesh may have lost the series. Bangladesh may have lost the first 4 matches. They're still struggling in this game, but still a learning curve for Bangladesh, I must say. Taking a lot of time, third umpire, to make her decision. But I think she made it.
Yeah, rightly so. Another important thing, what we were mentioning during our commentary slots, that the evolution of T20 game, where you need to cope up with the fast forward approach of T20 game, the demanding approach of fast forwardness. On that occasion, action replay, the bullet arm throw by Radha Yadav. The batter just had a narrow escape, shaping the ball in towards the batter on that occasion. Placed the bat just behind the bounce of the ball.
Right, Sami, we can be harsh if you talk about Bangladesh. They're not up to the mark and not being able to win so far in this series. They have lost against Australia in the previous one, but at the same time we must know the fact that they are up against some quality opponents. Australia, one of the best teams in the world. India are one of the top 2 teams in the world. They are going to compete the title for the T20 World Cup. Bangladesh, on the other hand, they're still searching for their place in the world event. They're looking for their big boost. A big win could change the entire scenario. Bangladesh will be playing here. They'll be hosting the T20 World Cup. So it's a great opportunity for the Bangladesh team to put their hands up and say, yes, we can deliver some goods. We need some time. It's a matter of some time as well. It's a matter of gaining the confidence. The more you play against the bigger sides, the better you get.
Exactly so. But the expectation arose last year when Bangladesh beat India here in Dhaka. After that, followed by 2 series wins against Pakistan. And also Bangladesh have beaten South Africa in South Africa. Now taking the charge, finds the gap on that occasion, but there was a sweeper in the offside, Sriti Mandhana. Single to finish the over. It's 96 for 5 Bangladesh after 15. They still required 6.
সেম কাপড় এখনই লাগবে।
বাংলালিংক ফাস্টেস্ট 4Gতে 229 টাকা রিচার্জে 20 GB।
এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক সোপার। এর মিল্ক লোশন প্রতিবার গোসলের পর আমার ত্বক রাখে নরম ও মসৃণ। মেরিল মিল্ক সোপ বার, দুধ দিয়ে গোসল হোক প্রতিদিন।
Task, but still there's a set batter at the crease in the form of Ritumoni. She has been hitting those boundaries pretty often. And some tense looking face from the Indian side. Skipper Harmanpreet Kaur brings in Deepti, who gave away 4 runs on her only over. Still gonna be tough for Bangladesh, chasing that 61 run of 30 deliveries, but at least they can show that intent.
She has only bowled the lone over Dipti Sharma, the veteran campaigner. In fact, it's been the first time in this particular series where Dipti Sharma did not bowl a single over during the power play. She's been a regular campaigner for Team India as far as bowling is concerned. As we mentioned that she started her career as an opening batter, but now she bats at number 7, number 8. So when your opening batter bats at number 7, number 8, that shows how deep your batting lineup is. There are quality players, likes of Renuka Singh, who did well in the first 3 matches. After that, she's been rested. They had Shriyanka Patil. She was also part of this Indian side for first 3 matches. So they have quantity number of players, Team India.
Top edge in the air, false shot. Lucky on that occasion, Ritumoni trying to guide that on the onside. It's been a quiet over so far. Bowled well, Deepti.
I think the due factor is on. As the match is progressing, we are just at the end. Maintaining the flatter trajectory, forcing the batter to go backward, executed the shot well, beats mid-on inside the 30-yard circle.
Just going back to the T20 World Cup, which will take place later this year in October here in Bangladesh. Bangladesh are placed in Group B. Slogged that away. Sharifa. Oh, sloppy by Smriti Mandhana. Not the type of standard she has set so far in her career. She will surely be really disappointed. And with that boundary, the partnership goes to 51.
In T20 international cricket, this is the first time the 6-wicket partnership have gone past 50. As you earlier mentioned that they have passed the 50 runs mark as far as their partnership is concerned. Darted in flatter towards the right-hander, whipped away towards fine leg. A couple of runs been taken to finish the over. It's 105 for 5 Bangladesh. They have only 4 overs left.
A look at the bowling card. Radha Yadav, the pick of the bowlers, taking her second 3-4 of this tour, has gotten herself 10 wickets in this 5-match series and seems to be getting herself into another T20i wicket-taking streak. Is on her 6th match and 6th innings, where she has taken 1 wicket at least. Bangladesh continue to find the runs, and India's sloppiness in the field continues.
This partnership is looking good for Bangladesh. Ritumoni showing intentions, looking for those boundaries. The chase is still on. Yes, Bangladesh are in spot of bother, but at the same time, Ritumoni making sure they go somewhere closer to the target. You never know if they can bat like this for another couple of overs, hit a couple of boundaries, things might get interesting.
May not be decisive, but the momentum has clearly shifted since that 12-run 11th over from Radha, where she bowled that wide delivery down the leg side. Bangladesh were 54 for 5 at that point in time. A loopy delivery has been castled, loses her middle and off stump does Ritumoni, falls 2 short of her highest T20i score, and breaking this 50+ stand is Asha Shobhana, a much needed breakthrough, pretty much against the run of play as Ritumoni tried to chop it off the back foot.
A big wicket for India. Ritumoni was looking good. Once again trying to cut loose, eyeing for some room, but Asha was equal to the task. She bowled onto the stumps and hits the timber. Ritumoni departs.
Let's one expert, pump it up. Let's one expert, catch your eye. Let's one expert, do it right. We are enjoying the game tonight. Let's one expert, whoa ho ho. Let's one expert, whoa ho ho. We are enjoying the game tonight.
The Indian supporters, we see a few of them in the stands, waving at the cameras, must be ecstatic with that breakthrough. Rabia Khan, the leg spin bowling all-rounder, all of 19, comes out and joins Sharifa Khatun in the middle.
Again, flighted delivery by Asha. Onesha, just going back to the Indian side, you have been following this team for a while now. They are placed at Group A alongside Australia, New Zealand, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, the first qualifier of the qualifying stage. They are yet to win a T20 World Cup. They have been the runner-up once.
Shuffles across, inside it, is it? Thankfully, doesn't go on to chop it all the way onto the stumps. That's right, Homi. They are yet to win a senior women's world title. They have an under-19 women's World Cup to their name. Comes down the track, gives it the Humpty, and evades the fielder. It's a dropped chance. Shelled by Pooja Vastrakar. She was clearly sprinting in the right direction. But these are the chances that India need to take if they are to stand a chance to win a World Cup.
Rightly pointed out. It was a difficult opportunity though. She was moving towards her right, but the standard the Indian team has set so far, these opportunities need to grab.
You wouldn't expect in Australia to drop these kind of catches. Sure, there are bad days on the field for everyone, but India's fielding has been a key area of concern through the best part of the past 4 or 5 years, especially in the T20i format. And I'm pretty certain that fielding coach Monish Bali would be taking note of such shelled chances.
Down the leg side, started off with a wide. Deepti gave away 14 runs from her 2 overs. Bangladesh need 42 runs to win of 3 overs.
End of the 17th over. Deepti Sharma back into the mix. Short off a length. Tried to punch it off the back foot. No runs conceded. It's a very difficult group, mind you, Omi, that India are placed in. I would call it the group of death. No two ways about it. Nicely swept away by Rabia Khan. Should pick up a couple. Good running between the wickets by Rabia and Sharifa. India, runners-up in the 2020 edition, semi-finalists in last year's T20 World Cup, have been placed alongside holders Australia, Sri Lanka, and they will need to also get the better of some of the other formidable teams in Pakistan. Now it's Rabia Khan who goes big into the leg side, doesn't muscle it all the way. Bangladesh for their part are placed in Group B alongside England, West Indies, South Africa and Scotland. They will open their T20 World Cup campaign against Scotland, and I feel it's a great match for them to start. Who knows? Could be a thriller.
Right, so far India managed to reach the semi-finals 4 times in T20 World Cup, the runners-up once. So they must be eyeing for their maiden T20 World Cup trophy here in Bangladesh. Down the wicket goes Sharifa. She moves on to 23 of 14 deliveries. Bangladesh, on the other hand, have managed to win just 2 matches on their overall T20 World Cup history. And the wins come against Ireland and Sri Lanka.
Gives the charge again, has skied it. Paul safe, should get another single. Bangladesh have played only 5 of the 8 Women's T20 World Cups, having made their debut in the competition on home soil during the 2014 edition. They're a much improved side. They played their first T20i with official T20i status in 2012. Comes down the track, takes it on the full. Oh, is that a run out? A very good throw at the keeper's end. There is a polite inquiry on the part of Richa Ghosh, who has 11 wicket-keeping dismissals to her name. Would be surely interesting to see if Richa Ghosh and Deepti Sharma's tandem have managed to give India another wicket out of nowhere. Looks like the batter has grounded her willow. Pretty safe at first glance.
Let's one expert, pump it up. Let's one expert, play on top. Let's one expert, guess it right. We are gonna win tonight. Let's one expert, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's one expert, whoa, whoa, whoa. We are gonna win tonight.
Flighted outside off, gets an under edge, does Rabia Khan. Scurries over to the non-striker's end for a single. 5th and final match of the tour, Omi. And they have 120 runs on the board, finally.
This has been the disappointing part, to be very honest, Anisha. Batting has been a concern throughout the series. Comes down the track again, Shorifa. Pooja Vaswaka does well. She'll scamper through for a couple. Yeah, just going back to Bangladesh's batting approach. If you rely on 1 or 2 individuals in the whole batting lineup, it's always difficult for a unit to perform. We have seen how India performed collectively from their top order to middle order. There's someone like Sriti Mandhana at the top, and then skipper Harmanpreet Kaur also joins in. Hemalata showed her talent whenever she got the opportunity.
Shuffled outside off, gave it enough muscle to just get a single. So we are seeing a lot of intent and enterprise from these middle to lower order batters. It was a great knock by pace bowling all-rounder Ritumoni that shifted the momentum in Bangladesh's favour for a substantially long time. Was in 2 minds. Was Rabia Khan whether to play it on the back foot or the front. Gets a single. They are now 125 for 6, and that's Bangladesh's 2nd highest team total against India. Oh, did not time it at all. Asha Shobhana is bowling a very good final over in these dying moments of the 4th and final T20i. Pushes the batter on the back foot again. Finishes with figures of 2 for 25 to follow up on her 2 for 18 from the 4th T20I. Bangladesh now need 32 of the last 6 balls. There will be a change in the commentary box as Shumona replaces Omi. Shumona, you wanted Bangladesh to bat out 20 overs. They seem to be doing exactly that. Happy?
Happy, and also happy for the batter, how they played today, especially middle over Ritumoni and Shorifa Akhtar, having the highest partnership, 50 runs plus partnership in number 6 position. So it looks very positive. We need something like this in Bangladeshi fan, as a Bangladeshi fan.
Absolutely. We'll encourage fans to flock this stadium, hopefully, when the T20 World Cup bandwagon comes rolling around town. Titash Sadhu, the 19-year-old from West Bengal, will finish off the proceedings with the ball to deliver the 20th over. Bowled into the stumps, played into the leg side by Rabia Khan. Titash Sadhu doesn't have much international experience just yet, is playing only her 9th T20i, having made her international debut, very much against the same opposition during the 2023 Hangzhou Asian Games, was among the wickets in the final of that gold medal winning campaign of India's. More intent on evidence from Sharifa Khatun, but the target is beyond the home team's reach. Titash Sadhu comes in with a lot of promise, and it's good to see that the Indian team management have given her some game time in these last 2 matches. Comes from the same land as the great Jhulan Goswami, the leading wicket taker in women's international cricket, and also Titash's idol. Up and over, had enough muscle, but another chance gone a-begging. Was a difficult chance for certain. These catches keep finding Pooja Vastrakar in that V, but she's unable to get hold of them, cling onto them. This was the more difficult chance of the 2 she's had so far.
Purely bad day for her, and she would like to forget as well.
More into the block hole this time around from Titash Sadhu. Decent execution, was the player of the final at the Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup last year, which gave Shafali Verma the distinction of becoming the first Indian woman to win an ICC Women's World Cup. 2 more balls to go in this series. Rabia Khan skies it towards the fielder and falls short of Deepti Sharma, who dived in front. Did she carry? Did the ball carry all the way to Deepti? Looks like she got her fingertips to it. So the ball is flying around, but the Indians are not able to cling on to that. Yeah, definitely did fall short.
Good change of pace by Titash, especially slog over. If you can bowl like this, is always effective.
Final ball of the over, down the leg side, and will be adjudged a wide. Bit of an anti-climax in that last ball of the series.
Batsman moving across so early. Titash just missed the wicket.
India now just moments away from their 2nd ever 5 T20i clean sweep. Another full delivery from Titash Sadhu will seal the game. The Bangladesh batters scamper across for a couple of runs. There is a misfield and extra runs conceded, make it 3. But India have won the match, and as Harmanpreet Kaur gestured there, India could have done it in a far more calm and collected manner. They do not. Perhaps something for the coaches to write down in their notebooks. Doesn't matter in the end, as India seal a 5-0 series sweep on their 2024 tour of Bangladesh. They came on this tour off the back of a series defeat 2-1 to Australia at home, and they're walking away from this tour with a 5-0 emphatic scoreline. But there are creases to be ironed out, deficiencies and shortcomings to be looked into as they lead into the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Before that, they'll obviously play the Asia Cup in Dambulla in July. There is a home series in the multi-format manner against South Africa before that. The margin of victory for the visiting side, a convincing 21 runs. They keep the home team winless. Lots to ponder for this Nigar Sultana-led Bangladesh team, a very young team, a promising team, who will try their best to hone every aspect of their cricket in the lead up to the home World Cup. The players with the handshakes. India have been adjudged winners of this 5 T20I series, and it's only the second time they have managed to close out a 5-match T20I assignment without dropping a game. The last time it happened was in November 2019 against hosts West Indies. Second in only 14 instances where they have played 5 matches in a T20 assignment. Bangladesh finished with their most impressive batting performance on this tour, thanks to that 50-plus partnership between Sharifa Khatun and top scorer Ritu Moni, the pace bowling all-rounder. Both batters showing just how a bit of application, a bit of patience can help their batting performance look much, much better. 6 bowlers deployed by Harmanpreet Kaur in this series closing T20I. The pick of the bowlers, Radha Yadav, should be the easy choice for the Player of the Series award. 2 3-wicket hauls to her name, one coming in this T20I. A look at the highlights, how Bangladesh went about this chase. A tall one, nonetheless. A superb catch by Radha Yadav set the tone for India's successful defense. Shobhana Mostari did bring out a couple of good-looking strokes, which translated into boundaries, followed by a few more for Rubaiya Haidar Jhilik. Very good use of the feet from the player from Jeshore, but Radha Yadav struck again with 2 wickets in back-to-back overs, including that of Bangladesh captain Nigar Sultana Jyoti, finishing with her second 3-4 of this tour. Asha Shobhana was also in the mix, followed her 2 wickets from the 4th T20I with another couple today. A couple of catches were shelled, one of them relatively more difficult than the other. Rabia Khan tried to give the ball a bit of Humpty, but India's 150-plus score, the highest put on by either team in this series, proved a little too much for the home team in the end. Their supporters, who came out here at the Sylhet International Stadium, will be walking home happy, as will be the visiting side, who close out a fortnight-long tour with a 5 T20I series win in a very, very comprehensive and emphatic fashion. Good starts from Hemalata Harmanpreet, who put on that 60-odd partnership to steady India's innings. Good hand from Smriti Mandhana as well. Later, the fireworks came from Richa Ghosh. As far as Bangladesh are concerned, it was Ritu Moni who stemmed the flow of wickets with her 37 runs of 33 balls. Played very well in collaboration with Sharifa Khatun. Both are frontline bowlers. Bowling is their primary skill. But with the bat, they showed that they can be quite the challenge to deal with for the opposition teams. Something all of their 4 opponents in their Group B at the T20 World Cup would remember, as 10 teams vie for the silverware in the 9th edition of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, which will kick off in Dhaka on October 3rd. Time to head to the sidelines for a quick interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have got the player of the moment right now, Radha Yadav, once again picking up 3 important wickets for India. You have been pretty consistent. It's been your comeback series after February 2023. It's been good back in hand. The World Cup is coming up.
Yeah, nothing. I just worked on my bowling for this series and it really coming off nicely, so I'm happy.
Well, in WPL, let me remind you an interesting stat. In WPL, you were very much consistent, but among your 150 deliveries, you bowled 79 of your deliveries within the wider line. Is it the particular area you are working on?
Not really. I just want to bowl wicket to wicket. One odd ball goes a bit outside, but no. I'm just trying to bowl wicket to wicket, and yeah, that's it.
Well, the most important part is the World Cup is coming up. You have to play maximum number of matches here in Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Charged up, good to be back on hand, adjusting the condition.
Yeah, really nice to play 5 matches here, and we know this condition will be there, and we are really looking forward for the World Cup.
Well, last question from my side. There have been lots of partners with you bowling the spin bowling. Who's been your favorite partner as a bowler?
I think my whole bowling unit only. Everybody is working hard really and making proud each and every day our team. So yeah.
So she's been very much diplomatic as far as this matter is concerned. Thank you very much, Radha. Thank you very much. Thanks for being very positive. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Radha Yadav for you. Back to the comm box.
A clinical 5-0 series victory for India. Their margins of wins, 44 runs, 19 runs, 7 wickets, 56 runs, and today by a handsome 21 runs. Ritumoni and Sharifa Khatun's batting exploits did not prove enough and sufficient for the home team as they slumped to their 5th consecutive loss on this tour. Thanks to all the viewers who joined us. We will be back soon with the presentation ceremony. Stay tuned as there will be a number of awards given away.
it has been a complete dominance from the visiting Indian side as they go on to clean sweep 5-0 in the 5-match T20 series over Bangladesh, winning the 5th and final T20i by 21 runs. Congratulations to India and hard luck Bangladesh. First of all, I'd like to introduce to our guest. We have Mr. Nazib Ahmed, Director, BCB and Vice Chairman, Women's Swing. Alongside Shafiul Alam Chaudhry Nadal, MP, Director of BCB and Chairman, Women's Swing. We have Anwaruzzaman Chaudhry, Mayor of Sylhet City Corporation. Alongside, we have Ms. Engineer Firoza Karim Nelly, Member Secretary, Women's Wing, BCB, and Mr. Mayuddin Selim, Joint Secretary, Sylhet DSA. Welcome. First of all, I'd like to call upon Niga Sultana Jyoti to come up and have a few words with me. Jyoti, tough luck. It's a tough series for Bangladesh. There must be some expectation. And then as a skipper, what are the areas you think you need to work on in the coming days?
Yeah, we have been a very tough time in this series, but still I think how we played today, it was a better approach by the batters. But throughout the tournament, we have been struggling with the batting unit. I think that's the area we need to work on.
Yeah, just talking about the batting, as a skipper, what are the areas you think you need to work on in the batting department with the World Cup coming later this year in this country? You will be hosting the tournament.
I think definitely working on our approach and intent, because there are a lot of batters that are going there and settling down and they get out. So we need to be patient over there and obviously taking the right option against the right bowlers.
Just looking at the positives, as a skipper, what are the areas you think are the positive takeaways to move forward?
Definitely, we have to talk about the bowlers, especially Rabia. She has been bowling really well, and Nahida as well. I think the both bowlers are doing really well. And for the first time, I think our pace bowler Marufa, how she bowled throughout the tournament, I think it was amazing. And especially today, how Ritu batted today, showing some intent and showing us the path that this is how we should bat.
Thank you very much. Hard luck, but best of luck for the future.
Thank you so much.
Niga Sultana Jyoti, Captain of Bangladesh. Now I'd like to call upon the player of the match. There were quite a few contenders, but her brilliant bowling performance for 3 for 24 from her 4 overs. It's Radha Yadav, the player of the match, and she will collect the check from Engineer Firoza Karim Nelly. If you please come up and have a few words. We can't let you go. Radha, first of all, as an individual, it has been a terrific series for you. Today, as a bowler, what are the areas you need to work on? It was a total of 156 on the board. What the skipper told you?
Nothing. As I said earlier, I just wanted to bowl wicket to wicket, and that's what I was working on before also coming to the series. So yeah, I was just trying to bowl wicket to wicket.
Just before coming on to the series, you were part of the WPL where you bowled really well. Did that series also help you here in Sylhet? And moving forward, you will be playing the T20 World Cup here. So what are the areas of takeaway from you?
Yeah, definitely WPL is helping all the girls. I think maybe from Bangladesh also we'll get some players. But no, really helping WPL for us. And nothing, just as I said, I am just keeping it simple and bowling in the right areas and working hard on my fitness as well.
Don't go anywhere. You're also our player of the series. You can go and collect the check from Mr. Nazib Ahmed. Player of the series, Radha Yadav, for her 10 wickets in 5 matches with the economy of 4.93. She will collect the check from Mr. Nazib Ahmed, Director BCB and Vice Chairman Women's Swing BCB. Radha Yadav. Now I'd like to call upon the winning captain, Harmanpreet Kaur, to come up and have a few words with me. Harman, it must be pleasing for you as a skipper, leading the side, clean sweeping the series and moving forward to the World Cup. As a skipper, what are the takeaways you take on from this series?
I think the calmness all the players showed in this series, I think that is something as a captain I would like to, take that to the World Cup because, there was some calmness while batting, while bowling and while fielding also, even though we made some mistake, but still, we know how we can improve and I think in the next 1 month we'll work hard on that.
There were the likes of Sriti Mandhana, Shefali Verma, Deepti Sharma. But what about someone like Asha and young Richa Ghosh? The way they played, it's also pleasing for you looking forward in the future?
Yes, definitely. I think the WPL gave them a lot of confidence because the way, all of us played in WPL, we have improved our game during that time and those results are giving results here. I think we just need to keep doing the right things and results will come.
As a skipper, once again, I had to ask this question. Moving forward to the World Cup, you must be eyeing your maiden T20 World Cup trophy, and playing here in Sylhet must have helped you to acclimatize with the condition.
Yes, definitely. We will, definitely this tournament will give us a lot of confidence and the conditions, will definitely help us. Whatever we have learned, we can, take that during World Cup. And I think, yeah, we are really working hard on that. And hopefully in World Cup, we'll able to do whatever, we can do. And I know our team had, that much potential and hopefully, we play best cricket.
Thank you very much. You can collect the trophy from our guest. Harmanpreet Kaur, the Indian captain. 5-0 series win for the visitors. She will collect the trophy from our guest. Right, it's time for a group photo for the Indian side, and it's also time for me to wrap up the proceedings here. Until then, have a very good night.